fucking hate Jake, bro.
Hold on, I'm gonna write. They just said you are a fraud in the Discord call. They just said you are a fraud in the pre-show call at Jake. What, Jake the Wildfire?
Yes, Jake the Wildfire.
They just said you are a fraud. They just said you're a fraud. There you go. They just said you're a fraud in the pre-show call.
I just hit go live, so we should be live.
What, Jake the Wildfire?
I can see it now.
You were echoing. There you go. My bad. I had the stream up. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Oh, you had the stream going?
Yeah. So yeah.
Bad. All right. What's cracking, niggas? And we are back with Gloves Off, Volume 14. This is a One Piece edition, a special One Piece edition, as I hold a One Piece near and dear to my heart. I definitely wanted to bring some very powerful homies on this time around to get this shit off. It's been a minute. There's been a lot going on, but nevertheless, I am fucking back, and we're gonna have a good time tonight. So, niggas, get your drinks, get your weed, get your smoke, get your whatever, because it should be fun. Because it should be fucking fun. And the homies that I do have. Yeah, of course, nigga. What the fuck?
How you gonna come in late? How you gonna come in late?
What else I got better to do? What else better I gotta do, Brago? Nothing at all.
Go crazy.
No, Brago. We're responsible. We're responsible adults. Let the kids have their
Absolutely
drinks.
not. If this is the one time, right? Exactly. If this is the one time, y'all should not be responsible. Let this be the time.
Yeah, 6
sure.
p.m.
No, but,
Tuesday. Let's get it.
The homies, if y'all want to introduce yourselves, please feel free.
Well, I'll go first. You know what I'm saying? I'll go first because I just feel like being aggressive today. But hey, what's everybody?
Let's see.
Don Godfather, Future Hall of Famer, JD Legend. How you guys doing? And that's me. That's it. I don't have anything else.
Get him out.
Wow.
Get him out.
Good with y'all, man. I mean, I'm just excited to be here. I'm kind of fanboying right now. Jay's here, Brago, Roger. I'm kind of excited.
Don't listen to this.
I mean, so, kind of happy being here. You feel
Big
me?
cat.
Appreciate y'all. You know what I mean?
He just called Brago a fall 2 minutes ago. Don't listen to him. He's lying.
Damn,
It
son.
wasn't Brago.
Nigga, what's cracking, man?
Jake even call you a fraud, bro. I didn't even do that.
Crazy.
Jake is somebody else.
Bro,
Jake isn't
Brago, hold
Brago.
on. You gonna listen to the fraud father tell you that I
You're
called
right.
you a
My
fraud?
fault.
I can't confirm or deny whether his
My
nickname is
fault.
earned or not. I'm just saying.
Come on, Jake.
It's a my fault.
You already know what it is. But what's up, man? Back like we never left, man. BDA.
That's
You
right.
did leave, though.
Brago.
But you did leave, though.
Well, I did, but we back. We back, man. We back. What's poppin'? How y'all feeling?
What up, dog?
Feeling good. RogersBase here, number one Nintendo fanboy on the planet who talks about One Piece sometimes. I'm here to bring the because Matt's not here, so I'll bring that in.
Only sometimes.
I'll bring that in. I'll provide some It's nice to see you guys.
Sen.
Hello. There's a 3%
Toxin.
That's all I'm gonna say. But hey, I'm shaking right now. I'm so hyped.
Yo, I'm about to shake it.
You shaking?
Are you shaking too?
You shaking?
I thought it was just me.
I thought it was just Jake.
We sins in this bitch, nigga.
It is 3 sins in
The
this.
sins united, nigga.
Exactly, the sin trio.
Shame.
Oh, I forgot about that. I didn't realize
Well, I'll
that.
go last. My name is Master D, Overstimulation Podcast. I'm happy to be here, man. Excited to talk about One Piece. I love it
What's up,
greatly.
Ron? How you doing, man?
Let's go.
I'm chilling, bro.
Appreciate you for pulling up, man. All right, so
Most definitely had to show out.
I wanted to kick this joint off. Getting straight into it. First topic I have here. You guys seen the topics, right? If not, then whatever. This will be your first time hearing these shits, and we can just go. I want to get y'all raw emotions, so we straight. All right. First topic: a goat named Oda. What are our thoughts on Oda as a mangaka? His strengths, his weaknesses, etc.
Do you want to do strengths first or weaknesses?
A little loaded. Whatever feels like on your tongue. What are you feeling right now, Ron? You been feeling like you've been weak lately? Strong lately?
Nah, he hasn't been weak, man. He's been strong. He's been going good, and especially in this latest arc. I'm just waiting to see how it's gonna play out, especially with the whole Luffy. Well, where he's at right now. I'm curious to see who's gonna really die and who's not gonna die. Because that's one of my weaknesses is how people never really die in One Piece.
So you do think somebody?
I feel like it did.
Yeah, I don't really
hope
like
so.
when manga do that either. When people don't die, important characters are set up to die and they don't end up dying. I can't think of another series that does that though. That's wild. No,
Screaming.
Goddamn, y'all.
I wish I had some pineapple to smoke right now, but unfortunately I have none. What I was going to bring up just real quick is I think that I was going to say that I think Oda has been sort of on his game lately. I do feel like Wano has been a lot more enjoyable than I think some of the later parts of Whole Cake Island were for me personally, or even some of the later chapters like Dressrosa. I think, there was a lot of fatigue with the birdcage going into it. Zoe was like such a solid arc. You had these really solid moments in early Whole Cake Island. You go into the Reverie with super hype. But again, it's like we got peaks and valleys. And I think for a little while there, and I don't want to speak for all you guys, and we might have a discussion about this, I feel like Act 2 was a little bit of a valley, right? And then Act 3, pretty much since that Roger flashback, has sort of been like climbing up to a peak, which for me was Roof Piece. I think Roof Piece for me was like penultimate hype, so good. And then everything from there has been pretty solid. I think there's a couple pacing issues, but on the whole, I have been enjoying myself.
Okay, all right. So what about generally? Because I do want to have a Wano conversation, but not yet. So generally, where do we think Oda excels in? Like, what are his strengths as a mangaka?
Oh, definitely world building.
Creating a world.
Building for sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
World building, lore.
He's great at that, man.
I think he's great at that.
Continue
Some mystery cliffhangers. I think he's really great at that. I think the issue is sometimes it doesn't deliver. On some of those things that he's
name 2 times where it didn't really deliver, where something that was built up like hype was super crazy and it just fell off.
I would say like some of the things, like for instance the Payback War, right, where it's just like we're getting like conversations about it, even the admirals fighting, and the big one in my opinion is the Reverie, right, where we remember like a lot of the great things around the Reverie, the Gorosei, but we didn't actually see the Reverie. Right. Like we skipped that entire.
I definitely agree with the Reverie.
Like it got off. I think that was a huge misstep because we had been waiting for the Reverie for a long time, and I wanted to see the conversation. I wanted to see Fujitora pitch everything with the warlords.
At the time,
we didn't see that.
At the time, coming off a Whole Cake, I at the time gave a take. If the Reverie would have gone how everybody in this chat thinks it should have gone, it would have probably been the best arc in One Piece today.
Oh yeah, that's why we love Zoe so much,
one of the strongest. Yeah, and I'm right there with you, Brago. I feel like the Reverie was set up in a way where it could have been like so much more interesting than it actually was, and that's not to say that like the Reverie was even bad. I feel like it was great in the community, dude. Like the mystery surrounding the Reverie every single week was a banger. Like everybody was talking about the chapters. There were all these new theories, like who the hell is Emu? What's up with the Straw Hat? Shanks is potentially evil. What's going on there? Like
there was a lot going on.
That was peak excitement for me.
I think for me, bro, the thing with the Reverie is, and I'm a newer reader, but so I wasn't waiting as long as some of y'all were, but I think for me when I read it, I was so excited to maybe get a different dynamic as far as the political side of stuff in One Piece. And I felt like the Reverie was going to be kind of the culmination of all of that, the peak of there's a bunch of subplots going on with like the warlords, the fishmen, things like that. So I thought that it was going to peak at the Reverie. We were really going to get some sort of like conclusion to those things. But then we just, like Brago said, we didn't get to see it. So it was just like, are we going to be able to see those sides of things, or is it just something that's going to get left behind? Like, I think that's my problem.
But the thing is with the Reverie as well, I think a lot of people remember like the peaks, right? We remember Shanks, remember the Gorosei,
right?
Remember like Garp, remember things like that, but we forget about like just we had all those kings, all those people ready to have the discussion. Cobra, we had Vivi,
Fujitora.
Like at the end, like I love 956.
Green Bull,
right?
like we could have got the Green Bull reveal.
I love the reveal of the warlord system being abolished, but I feel like we could have gotten that entire back and forth. and you didn't have to spoil that. Like, I just wanted to see that like political discussion. Like, what are they talking about? What are the things that they're like really concerned about, other than what we know, right? Like, I was really.
And it's crazy because it's like so. I guess my question to y'all now is, because I totally agree with all of y'all. The things that they're showing us as like bits and pieces coming after, like the whole something happened at the Reverie and Sabo this and VV that, or you know what I mean? It's like we could have saw all of that and just waited for the reaction of everybody at Wano. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially
do we think it would have been a better
acts? I mean,
exactly.
I don't know. I feel like it's a weird situation, especially right now, because we're still not even sure. I think for a little while there, it seemed like when Kaido beat Luffy, like, oh, okay, here's Act 3 wrapping up. There's your tragedy that's going to end it. We're going to go into the flashback and go into Act 4, maybe get some Reverie build up and stuff. And we didn't get that. Now we're like, we're rocketing through. Now we're on Jinbei and Who's Who and stuff. And I really don't know if we're going to see that payoff in between, but I also don't know if it would have made it stronger. I think it could have been just as strong if, just like Brago and Sin and everybody else was talking about, right? Like you guys, we would have had that conversation with Fujitora, with the rest of the Royals. We would have seen literally that fight with the Revolutionaries and Green Bull and stuff. Yep. And there's probably a reason for him not showing it, but like, admittedly, it was disappointing to not actually get that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I got like
a
weakness, right? I got like a weakness.
I was definitely about to get back into it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to see what y'all think. But I know that a lot of it is due to just the fact that Oda might just not have the time needed to really flesh it out as much. And I do appreciate Toei for taking that step and fleshing them out. But I really feel like fights. I feel like some fights that I would like to see just either get off screened or we don't really see much. And I know that like it doesn't happen all the time with like the important stuff, but there are times where it happens that I would have liked to see that.
I think it's clear Oda doesn't really care about fights too much, right? It's like,
doesn't care about
I
shit.
feel like he thinks like everything else, comes before the fight, and if he has to draw the fight, he will. And I think that the tough part about it is that when Oda gets in his bag, he can really go there, right? Like, in regards to choreography, I think an underrated exchange in Wano so far is Luffy and Ulti, right? I thought that was fire, how that was drawn. But I just don't think it's a focus. I think throughout the story we've been waiting and say, okay, he's saving this character. He doesn't want to reveal these powers yet. I mean, we're like towards the end game now. At this point, it is what it is. This is just how Oda's gonna, carry it out.
Yeah,
that's why it's
sure.
I guess so surprising in the recent chapter. We got so much.
Yeah, it was like a chapter full of a fight. Like
I do like that. Oda does go there when he needs to. But Brago, let me frame a question to you and for the rest of y'all. Do y'all like feel as if, and I've been feeling like this a lot recently, that I do like that Toei is fleshing these fights out, right? Fights that we see maybe Toei a panel or so, crazy. But they'll flesh them out a little bit, so we get to see a little bit more. My problem is,
the thing is, I think this is a great way to do it, like how we did it with Who's Who and Jinbei, where it's like you're having the fights, but you're also having the lore and the dialogue to go along with it. Right? You can do both.
Yeah, for sure. I don't have an issue with that. But let me ask y'all this: do y'all feel like it's an issue sometimes when the anime fight is so drastically different than what happened in the source material?
I think only for people who do what we do. I think it is.
Exactly. If you argue in that manner.
Like casual viewers of One Piece, I don't think it's an issue at all.
They love it. They
enjoy it. Yeah, they like seeing stuff.
Because they don't. It's like a lot of them don't really know any better. It's kind of just like, oh shit, this is cool, right?
Right.
But for us, we're kind of looking at the consistency, right? Because I remember something that I kind of raged at was Luffy versus Kaido. When it did the anime.
I was hot.
The first one,
right?
The first one,
because they completely changed the context of the fight. Like the context.
Of the you mean in the anime? In the anime.
Okay. I don't know if you remember a couple of years ago. Do you remember your outrage at Luffy versus Batman?
Oh, that was funny.
With the hockey.
Yeah,
that was funny.
He was trolling.
What? I remember y'all.
That was
hilarious. Tight. Y'all was tight at that Luffy and Kaido fight. Like niggas was like, "This is Dragon Ball Z." Like niggas was talking about the red shit.
The Naka Cloak, Kaioken, and then Kaido versus Luffy, you know, in the manga, it made it seem like Kaido blitzed Luffy, right? Like Luffy didn't expect it.
Which was fire.
Right. In the anime, it was a power struggle. Yeah. It was like they were like,
they've done that with fights ever since. I think the last time I noticed it was Caesar, where it seemed like it was more of a struggle than it was.
Versus Doflamingo.
Okay.
Even that, like, I definitely the Doflamingo joint, but
in the manga, it was just like he just blasted through and one shot him.
Yeah, like that's. Think it's the magnitude of Kaido, right? So think about it this way: nobody thought Kaido could move that quickly. Nobody. So we didn't see the speed from Kaido. One, we didn't even get a good Thunder Bagua. Let's be honest. That Thunder Bagua is nowhere near what the Thunder Bagua we have in the manga. It's a completely different representation because his Thunder Bagua was a speed blitz technique. And I'll be honest. The only people that really care about that is people who would power scale One Piece. If we're being honest,
of course,
that's the only reason. Yeah, it's the only reason. So,
Jenny, when you get a chance, I got somebody else in front.
And I think I'm viewing it from the perspective of what we do, and I think that's why like it might bother me at times. But like, if I do agree with y'all though, to the casual viewer, they're not having these like analytical conversations that we have.
And I have a topic about that, Sen, so I don't want you to get too deep into that.
My fault.
That is one of the topics.
So I'm gonna piggyback off that shit too. Go ahead.
That's definitely a topic in here. But yeah, so I guess to wrap up this one topic. So we came to an agreement. I guess some bad payoffs, right? So as a weakness, the cliffhangers or the shrouded in mystery shit that have bad payoffs, off-screening fights. Is there anything else? Do we feel like it being too long is a?
This is one to bring up. It might be too early to bring it up, but I think it is also important to bring up just for consistency's sake, because I say this all over the place, and like people think that I have a different feeling about this with One Piece. I do not. I think I would end up being upset if now, after everything with the scabbards, some of those scabbards don't stay dead.
Niggas need to die. Niggas need to die.
Yeah, get the stuff with all these individual fights with Kanjuro. Like some of them have to stay down. They have to, and it's going to be a problem if they don't.
For a fact, the minks aren't dying, right? Inarashi, Nekomamushi. There's no chance of them dying. They said the world is waiting for them, right?
God willing.
I honestly think all of them are going to be fine, man.
Bro,
I think they're going to bounce back.
Kinemon needs to
Kinemon is not dead. He doesn't matter, by the way.
Like Kanjuro at the very least has to
stay. Kanjuro he's alive.
Yeah, he's gone. Oh man!
Wait! No, Brago just said the exact opposite.
He said the exact
the way he responded, I was like,
bro.
Oh, he's fine.
Kiku has been.
Orochi's alive.
Orochi is definitely. But Orochi being alive right now makes sense because I think we are going to get that final moment with. He has got one head left, right?
He's definitely going to die, but it's not going to be sad. Like I definitely think Orochi's going to die, but it's not going to be sad.
So real quick, I know something that's been trending on social media recently or Twitter has been the Dom Toretto and I love him. Right? They've been fantastic. But then while like seeing the memes and everything that's been going on, and I watched Fast 9 recently, and I feel like Fast 9 is kind of where like One Piece is.
Oh my god.
Where they're no, we're like shit is happening, right? But even when like I think they're dead, they literally don't die because it's like a cast of characters, and you can't really kill off anyone in this cast. So then that removes a lot of tension
for sure
in these moments. So even watching Fast 9, somebody had a bolt or a fucking truck fall on them, and then they just walked away from it.
Did that nigga Dom really catch a car?
Walked away from that shit.
Bro, that's family, bro.
A car?
No.
That's family.
I saw that. It was in the trailer, bro. It was in the trailer, but I'm like,
they got to do the crossover with Jurassic Park. They have to.
Literally,
it's like they own the rights. Just do it.
Literally, bro. Him and Star-Lord need to definitely be in some type of fucking crossover doing wild shit, punching T-Rexes in the nose and shit.
Nah, it's next level of what's going on.
Literally, dog. Yeah, that shit is crazy. All right,
but I guess that would be a weakness as well. The tension in One Piece.
I think, Brago, I think you're suffering from Pound syndrome.
Pound. That's it. That's the only person.
I think we all
Okay, no, obviously not. But I think obviously not. But I think that was one of the more ridiculous ones that people just like.
Do we think Pedro's actually dead?
Pedro alive.
Pedro, I think
Pedro's alive. Pedro coming back.
Virgil, do you remember when Orochi's head got cut off and everybody's like, he's definitely dead?
Bro, people
look at it.
But Brago, people saying he was dead.
I was really talking about 1%.
They were reaching.
Because I never understood that when it's like Orochi literally has the devil fruit with multiple heads, and all these people were yelling at me that I'm like, he's not dying. Like, stop.
I was surprised at how many people believe he was dead.
All right, whatever. Fine.
I was always really sad about Orochi, bro. I was like, bro, I know he's not dead, bro, but I just want him to be, bro.
I thought how he went out, how Kaido did it was so raw. I was like, man, if he stays dead, that would be amazing.
That would have been so fire.
That reminded me of that moment in Dressrosa with like Kyros and Doflamingo too. It was like almost 1-to-1, right? Where Kyros leaps up and beheads Doflamingo, and you had that, amazing flashback right beforehand. Did you think like, oh, this would be such a good moment if he was actually
like hell no?
It couldn't happen. Of course not.
I'm not let Luffy not fight the main villain.
Yeah, I was like, what? Get out of here. But Orochi, I knew for a fact he was fine.
Yeah.
You're not that guy, pal. Hey, so for strengths, I did want to ask y'all, do y'all feel like his not character writing, but character story writing is a strength? If you get what I mean, if I need further explanation.
Yeah, what you're saying. Like you're talking about like the like a flashback, for instance.
Yeah, like I think he's very good at emotional writing.
The flashbacks are fire for sure. They're some of my favorite things in One Piece. So
the flashbacks are amazing, right? Yeah. Like I don't know why I just thought of Senior Pink, but the flashbacks are
wait a minute. He has a top 2 villain flashback, bro. Literally, bro.
We didn't know that well.
Next to Doffy only. Next to Doffy only, name somebody with a better flashback than Senior Pink.
To be fair, I'm trying to think of all the villains that get flashbacks. To be honest,
come on, man.
What about when Pound had that flashback?
Because we don't know about Croco Boy. We don't know about Kaido.
We don't, but that's what I'm saying.
Well, I guess it's better than Katakuri's.
It's definitely better than Katakuri.
For sure better than Katakuri's.
Katakuri had like a Jiren level flashback. If we're going
literally,
hold on. We're going a little bit too far.
I love Katakuri.
Not Jiren.
The shit was mega average, dog.
Because the flashback made me care about Brule.
It did make me care about Brule. It did. But that's about it.
How did your flashback make me care about another motherfucker that I don't care about?
Exactly. I'm just like,
I don't care more about you. You was already lit from the jump. Bro, go ahead.
I reread a bit of Fishman Island recently, man.
As you should.
Yeah, Arlong was spitting.
Arlong is raw. Thank you. Yo, Arlong did the growing. Let's go. I need this.
Arlong was spitting.
Arlong was spitting. I'm like, nah. We don't trust these niggas. Humans ain't shit, bro.
Oh man, this had to say
that. To be fair, Arlong Park is sort of that moment for a lot of people.
Wait.
I'm just saying, bro.
Like that's what sells you on the series.
Roger, say that again. I didn't get to hear you. Say that again.
I was going to say, like, Arlong Park is that moment for a lot of us where we were reading this series and it's like, oh, this is something special. Like, I feel like there's a lot of people who read the beginning of One Piece are like, okay, this is kind of goofy or whatever. But, like, you get to Arlong Park and you get to those moments and you're like, okay, this is, I want to keep reading this.
You see why Arlong Park is so great as well is, like, someone that we thought died stayed dead.
Yes.
Right.
That death was Bellamere.
Right.
No, she's dead. She's dead. Unless he saw the 4 kids.
Unless you saw the 4 kids.
Talking about Lollipop Sanji?
Lollipop Sanji.
Jersey accent Sanji? I'm here for
Yo, shout out to Matt Owens. He's making sure we get Lollipop Sanji in the One Piece Netflix.
Let's go. Nasty and nutritious.
Hey, yo.
On the table.
What do you mean by
that? He definitely got to do it. He definitely got to do a Lollipop Easter egg, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's happening. It's got to.
But I appreciate that one. We can move on to the second topic, which is.
Yeah, that was the first topic.
Yeah. Wait, that's the first topic. You caught it, right?
Oh, we have.
Actually, before we move on to the next, before we move on to the next topic, JD, bring my homie Theo over. He's still in Frogvilla. Yeah.
I added him here. He left. That's on him. He need to do better.
Theo, you here? You straight?
Yeah, Theo, you a bigot?
A bigot. You straight, Theo?
I hate this nigga, bro.
Oh shit!
I think he's good.
Yeah, I think
he's good. All right, straight. So, second topic: is One Piece a one-of-a-kind shonen series?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I say yes. Why do you say no, Roger?
Definitely.
Because I think it's one of a kind in aspects. I think it's one of a kind in the way that it builds out its story. But at the end of the day, I mean, it is still a Shonen Jump property. It still is something that is inherently, because of what it is, right? It is a shonen. It is something along the lines of a Naruto or a Bleach or any of the new gens, you know, or Dragon Ball or any of these. I mean, they all follow a very specific formula. And I think you can make the argument that there are aspects of One Piece that are one of a kind, but the series itself, no. I mean, there's
Let me
a lot
ask
of
you this.
story
Let me ask you
arcs.
this, Roger.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you feel like the majority of the aspects of One Piece outweigh the majority of the aspects of the other shonen you named, as far as differentiating? More
so than like Naruto and Bleach, sure. Yeah, and a lot of the new gens, definitely. Just based on how long One Piece has been running. But I don't know. I think, again, in terms of world building, I think in terms of characterization, it is very much one of a kind. And in terms of length, right? How long it's been going on, what place One Piece has had in the cultural zeitgeist of Japan for over 2 decades, right? There's not going to be anything else that tops that in a very long time. I think things like Demon Slayer. What'd you say?
Roger is bag. Let him go. In his bag.
Yeah, no, let him go. Let him go. Continue. You're in rhythm.
My vocab every once in a while, of course.
He's in his bag, man.
Of course. But I feel like, you know, there's moments for other series. You get things like Demon Slayer or Attack on Titan that sort of have their moments, but ultimately, you know, only time will tell if One Piece is sort of the one that shows up and is like the one that lasts for 20, 30 years. I mean, there's other series, even within Jump, that have gone on for just as long. You look at things like, you know, some of the comedy manga, look at something like Detective Conan. I mean, there are other series that have lasted this long. I just think in terms of looking at everything together as a whole, right? You look at each of the individual aspects of One Piece, how much the world building stands out, the length of the series, the characterization.
That's what makes people say different.
I think that's what makes people say that, it is absolutely like one of a kind. But I think,
I would say that I would say that the length of One Piece, right? The longevity of it, because I mean there are shonen that's come along that you can say is probably on One Piece's level, and maybe the peaks could even eclipse One Piece at times. But I think just consistent greatness, it's like unmatched. Yes. And I think for like most shonen could not do this. We're 1,018 chapters to be consistently as good as it is. You know, it does have its valleys. To be this good for this long, that's not normal.
It's not.
This is different. I mean, it's definitely one of a kind in that aspect.
The consistency aspect is a good one to bring up, I think, too, because you look at some of the things like I just brought up in terms of like those comedy mangas, and those are things that like they, you know, comedy's subjective, right? So like some people are gonna find things funnier than not. Right? Well, I didn't say that. I did not say that.
I said it. It was me, JD Legend.
Oh yeah, I said it too. That shit's not funny.
Realize tweeting right now.
Go ahead, Roger. My bad.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say in terms of like an adventure series or like a standard shonen. Yeah, definitely the consistency angle is another one to bring up.
So one thing I actually want to add as well, and Brago, we had this conversation before when we talked about Jinbei, and then we talked about Fisherman Island, and then we talked about how Oda portrayed racism and certain societal topics. It is. You don't get that amount of depth in societal topics from many other series, at least the way Oda does it, right? So when you talk about slavery, when you talk about the Tenryubito, Bita, when you talk about the great morality of One Piece does it in a level where it hits you so personally that there's not many other shonen series out there that hit you on a personal level like One Piece does. There's so many different series where it's like, that's great, but it's like how deep it makes you feel.
Let me ask a sidebar question.
Yeah.
Let me ask a sidebar question. How many of us here have actually cried at a One Piece moment? Like literal
Multiple
tears.
times.
You ain't gotta,
I mean,
you ain't
I
gotta
think
boo-hoo.
Everybody
You don't
has.
have to boo-hoo.
I think
Bro,
that's
keep it
like,
100.
yeah, that
I'm not
happened.
gonna lie.
Wait, seeing what you saying? You keep it on it. Go ahead.
I've been sad.
That's why I'm keeping it
but I
100.
never
I have
cried.
like
Okay.
I had
seeing what
pride.
you-
Like I'm
seeing
keeping
what
it
you
1,000.
saying?
Listen, man, that ASL flashback and that
Nigga.
fucking the dog.
Bro, Ace crying after Sabo's death in the anime had me balling. I could,
Oh man,
I could not take that, bro. I was,
bro. After Garb went back and the Don.
the Don. Oh my god.
Oh
Here's the follow-up.
Oh god.
Bro, after Doffy takes Brago for all of his service, man.
It's funny shit.
Alright,
How
get
many anime other than One Piece have actually made you cry as many times as One Piece has?
None.
If at all.
None.
If at all.
I've had moments with other anime. Like I'm watching through Naruto for the first time.
Naruto definitely
and that
made
was
me
a moment.
cry.
Naruto's the only other shonen that I've cried.
Wait, check it out.
We're forgetting something. Check
it out. Hunter is the only
That's what I'm saying.
So
Hunter definitely with Nanika in that.
Yeah,
That's what I wanted to say, right? But it's not just
Hunter is the only other anime I have cried more than once.
I can agree with that. I'm not even gonna.
I would say Attack on Titan.
No, Big Man.
I'm not finished.
No. It wasn't like.
Oh, Attack on Titan.
It wasn't sadness. It was just like the moment was just so good.
Yeah.
Wait, which
what you talking about?
What y'all
When
talking about?
the reveal of Reiner and Berthold.
It was fire.
Good.
It was jaw dropping. It was like jaw dropping.
I didn't cry, but I definitely felt that like what the fuck moment.
Jaw dropping. It was definitely.
Do you mean like sad tears or just tears in general?
Sad tears. It's one thing to cry because shit is just so awesome. Like I cried.
I had that moment with the Demon Slayer episode 18, right? Where like the moment that everybody was talking about.
No, I wasn't.
Hype overwhelmed me and I was crying.
Like
Jiraiya's death made me cry.
Sad tears. Like
Jiraiya's death made me cry too.
Jiraiya's death. The opening around it.
Naruto and Kushina got me.
Oh yeah.
What's funny is, and niggas may hate me for this, I never cried for Jiraiya. I came close to crying for Itachi, but I didn't. Oh shit!
Wait! Because no, you didn't spoil Itachi. Don't worry.
Cool. I'm not gonna spoil.
If it's something that happens after,
it is something that happens after.
I was waiting for Roger to like
save it. Save it. I'll leave
for everybody else
for a sec. Yeah.
My fault.
For everybody else, before the last fight, fight of Naruto.
Okay.
Everybody knows what I'm talking about. That finished Naruto.
Oh, definitely about to spoil it.
I think when Naruto and Obito, like their moment was.
Yeah, that's a spoiler, G. You funny as hell, and absolutely not.
I ain't know about the
Also, absolutely not, G.
I know Obito, Toby. I know that stuff too. That's fine. That's like a minor thing.
No, but check it out. The last fight before the absolute last fight of Naruto, that moment made me cry. That was the only time I cried during Naruto. For real cry.
I don't even remember.
You know what I'm talking about. Happy birthday. The happy birthday moment, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's cap, nigga. That shit was fire, bro. I almost died. Bro, I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. As much as I hate that arc, that moment was so fire. It was probably a top 2 moment in the history of Naruto, bro.
Really, bro, you my nigga, bro. It's crazy how much
I don't want us to accidentally spoil Roger.
We're not, but I'm telling Roger, I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it.
I could always deafen.
No, you straight.
No, I ain't gotta do all that.
I have no answers talking about it, bro.
Naruto not that good to do all that.
You ain't gotta do all that. Hold on a minute, plan. What do you mean by that,
man?
We got too much on this chat.
I said what I said.
You funny as hell. Roger, bro, you can come back, G. You ain't gotta leave, G.
He's here.
This nigga done dipped. Nah, I say he can't hear us. He deafened, G.
Oh yeah. So we tell him. See, this is what happens when y'all get. You know what I'm saying? So
I blame all you motherfuckers. But since he is deafened, I'm talking about.
It's Naruto. We can't help.
I'm definitely talking about the moment he saw his dad, G.
Okay.
At the end, that shit was lit. Like we was talking about Topher. You said what?
That shit was literal.
Okay, well, let's stop talking about Naruto.
We can stop. You bet.
Pokemon.
Yes, it's safe. Yes, it's safe.
Cool. All right. Cool. We're good. Cool.
Yeah. All right. What was I finna say? Somebody was saying something. I think JD was saying something.
I was saying I was just saying in terms of like the emotional depth and the hitting the nail on the head when it comes to society. I don't think any other series does it as well as One Piece. Although My Hero is doing an excellent job, I will say that in terms of society.
I still have yet to be moved emotionally from My Hero.
I can do a pretty good job.
You don't have to be moved emotionally, but you can be impressed with how Horikoshi is capturing society.
I am impressed for what the shit that he does at times. I will admit.
I mean, that muscular moment in the anime, I thought that was
a lot. Yeah.
Nah, that wasn't it for me, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey, bro, if you say that, man, Pineapple might run up on you, bro. You better be
Who
careful.
the fuck is Pineapple, bro?
Well, that nigga boxing.
Hey, Roger said he was smoking that
I don't know who this nigga is, but I know he's problematic.
Roger said he was smoking that pineapple, so I'm assuming
he's tuned into the stream right now. He heard you. He heard you say that.
I'm glad.
Bro, I don't give up, bro.
Anyway,
Don't worry, it won't be the last. I was just gonna. I'm not gonna say it.
We move on.
That nigga, I want him to a crossbow.
It's not gonna be the first time that I was in his mouth. You know what I'm saying? So. I need another drink. In fact, I need another drink. He did say that he had my package in his throat.
Greatest stream of all time.
Was it not?
Oh, man.
Roger, you gotta take that do-rag off now.
Yo, I'm about to say, Roger, now you know you're do-rag Roger now. You can't escape it now. You can't escape it.
The rag is on.
Hey, bring it back on the 17th.
God damn, y'all.
It's definitely gonna get up during the revenue.
I'll make sure, Brago. I'll make sure to bring the do-rag on the
There it
17th.
is. His alter ego, do-rag Roger.
Do-rag Roger.
It's like
Roger.
You know what it's like? You know what it's like? It's like Cavendish and Hakuba. Like literally. Just
exactly.
Wait, Brago. Roger shows up with a RogersBase specially made do-rag.
Please.
I'm topping one.
I'm buying it. Every live reaction, we bring the do-rag on.
I'll definitely buy that bitch.
Oh, man.
RogersBase. You can get the RogersBase do-rag. Use coupon code RogersBase 10% off your order. You got it.
Funny as shit. All right. Let me get we can move on. Wait, Theo, did you have anything to say?
Nah, that was funny, bro.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you, bro.
Yeah. Nah, we were talking about like the crying moments. I was like, Yu Yu Hakusho was probably the only thing that other than One Piece that got me twice.
Okay.
Like
what part of you made you cry?
What moments?
But like as far as like One Piece being one of a kind, y'all still hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Go ahead.
As far as it being one of a kind, I think I want to jump on that like society piece because it definitely does it different. Like in other series, you'll be like, oh, I guess that's kind of what they saying, or it's like hinted on, but it's like, oh, to just be like, nah, this is the shit it is, like, and making sure that you get it. Because in other series, you'd be like, oh, well, those like, I mean, some of us are black, right? So it's like, oh, so these are like the black people. They deal with the similar shit that other black people got to deal with. And but you kind of guess. But with Oda, it's just straight up. It's like, no, like this is like fishmen are damn near are like black for real. Like these are slaves. Like this is the shit that happened. This is the fucked up shit they have to like continuously have to deal with just for being slightly different. Like Oda do different shit. That's why I think that's what one of other than the world band I like the most about it because it's like nah. And same thing kind of with MHA. It's like we gonna talk about how fucked up society is and put it on Front Street. Like we're not trying to hide it. We're not trying to make it like a secondary thing. It's very much so in the forefront.
Okay, true. Appreciate you, G.
Yeah,
that shit is good to hear from you, G. Third topic. How does One Piece compare to other shonen in its lane? And I put quotes on lane so that y'all can debate about that shit.
What do we consider in One Piece?
I need a bit more.
Nigga, what do you do? What do you consider as One Piece's lane?
That's what I'm saying. One Piece is like I don't think One Piece's lane.
So I guess this like question is more for
Naruto.
Exactly. So this question is more for the people who would have said no to the last question, right? So if Roger says no, it's not one of a kind. What anime do you feel is in One Piece's lane? Bleach, Naruto, some of the newer shonen, right?
You mean in terms of just like if somebody said no and they don't really like One Piece and they want to rag on it, like what's something that they would say is much better? I think you'd probably get a lot of people say, and I don't agree with this, everybody who watches me knows, I think you're going to get a lot of people who would say Full Metal Alchemist.
And that's cap. First of all, I want to say this just to you, Roger, just so you understand, like, I have a series of things with people who compare short and long anime.
Sure.
Like, I don't feel like those two should be compared, like, holistically, because it just doesn't make that much sense. You know what I mean?
Agree.
Like,
I agree.
Something that is just one long arc that's less than 100 episodes or less than 100, you know what I mean? Or less than 300 chapters, rather, is like comparing that to something with 800 chapters, several different arcs. Is like, okay, if you want to say, yeah, this is the most fire 25 episodes I've ever seen, it's like, okay, well, I can show you an arc that's, you know what I'm saying? I can compare an arc of this one series to that. And now what are we talking about here? You know what I mean? Like,
it's tough, right? Because you kind of compare, let's compare experiences.
Right.
And watching FMAB and watching One Piece, I mean, I think FMAB, you know, is one of those anime that throughout it was fantastic the entire way
through.
A fact. Episode 1 to 62, just pure gas.
It was fantastic the entire way through. You can't say that about a lot of anime, and it ended well. Yeah. You know, and so that's why, I mean, for me, it's a top 3 anime of all time. I mean, it's hard to compare it to One Piece because of longevity, but I think just comparing experience, it's up there for me.
I mean, I'm with you. I mean, everyone knows already. Like, even people in the chat know. They said Jay about to spaz because they know how I feel about it. You know,
they did say that.
Yeah, don't let lies into the bit.
Well, to me, it's like it's FMAB and Hunter x Hunter for the best anime. If we're talking anime, period, I'd say those two are the best anime.
I'd say, I forgot, FMAB made me cry as well.
Yes, quite a few times actually, especially with Winry and Scar. Yeah, that was a lot.
I actually, there was one I was actually dummy sad during it.
Oh,
so,
the Nina thing was a heavy one too. You know,
I mean, that think the father of the year.
Yeah.
I never sad cried for FMAB. I did excited cry for when
Revenge.
You talking about when Al when Ed put his finger out the gate and he pointed to his little brother? Oh no.
I think he's talking about Mustang.
It was the Mustang and Lust.
Mustang.
He fried it.
I definitely excited cried. Like that was like one of them in game moments for me. I'm like, yes.
I'm talking about you.
He said, "Fry that
bitch." Anyone cry for JoJo by the multiple deaths in each part?
The Caesar death, definitely.
And which one?
Wow.
I mean, all right, Jay, but
wait, what are you talking about?
Wow.
Wait. You ain't watching Brago? You ain't seen it?
I have. I don't know people that haven't. Like
who,
wow.
Who ain't seen it?
Yeah. Gentlemen, chat. He tried to talking like.
I mean, the shit is spoilers for JoJo. Caesar dies.
I go die.
If you're talking about short form series that make people cry, like there was obviously the moment at the end of Cowboy Bebop for me. I think that was a huge one.
I never did see. I never finished Bebop. That's a guilty pleasure of mine. I'm sorry. I wish I had to see it.
Yeah, I haven't seen the end of Bebop either.
Wait, a guilty pleasure that you haven't seen it?
Well, guilty. Just some guilty in general.
You mean you still need to see it?
Yes. You know, words.
Okay.
Words.
Yeah. I honestly feel like when the Netflix Bebop show comes out, you're gonna get like a lot of people who are talking about it again. That's the time for all of you who've never seen it to like go do your watch throughs.
That's a fact. So that y'all can give off y'all takes and then call all the people that say that the live action is trash. But they did this right. They did this wrong. They did this right. Yeah.
What else do we have to do with it? Of course.
Does Code Geass count as a shonen?
Is it the shonen?
Is that one? It doesn't have a manga, right?
Code Geass doesn't have a manga, right?
Interesting.
It
kind of got an adaptation, right?
It's got a couple different adaptations, but not like just one that's a straight up like the anime is. There's a bunch of like offshoot shit.
Okay.
The anime is the first canon because it was original, and then they created a manga after.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is not a JoJo moment that made me sad cry. I've excited cried for JoJo several times.
Oh, okay. What? There's a lot for me, but like in the anime specifically,
You don't count.
some of the part 5 ones in the anime
Oh, to be
actually hit
fair,
me.
yeah,
Bro,
part 5 was pretty aggressive.
Bro, Giorno versus Chocolata G. I definitely excited cry for that shit. That shit was absolutely fire. Bro, that shit was gas.
Wait,
that was gas.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make a joke or anything, but I'm not really familiar with this excited cry.
So like, all right.
Why?
When you're not,
It's like yes.
I will give you a good example. I will give you a great example. Go search RogersBase, Smash Bros. Everyone is here. When you hear that moment that Pichu is coming back and Snake, and you watch my face as tears begin flowing down, and
While
I
you're
can't
smiling?
even speak, that is while I'm smiling, that's an excited cry.
Yeah.
That's
So,
what it is.
like,
so
think
actually,
about-
I got a good
Oh,
moment.
wow, I don't
I got
think
the
I've ever
perfect.
seen anything
I
like
got
that.
the
I'm not even
perfect.
joking.
I got the perfect moment. I got the perfect
Go ahead,
moment.
JD.
When Usopp told Luffy to stand up, and then Luffy got up and said, "You're damn right," I started crying.
Yeah.
I was excited crying.
Right, it's just you're so hyped.
Yeah,
you're
it's
so
too
hyped at
Okay.
the moment that it's
Okay.
like tears coming.
It's like so hype, you're just like so emotionally overwhelmed. I got you.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So it's not that you're sad. It's not that this is moving you. Like, you know what I mean? It's more that it's like, yo,
Virgo, I got.
I'm
the
so
Luffy,
hyped, and I've been
Luffy
watching.
seeing Sabo again.
That's another one. That is.
Yes.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
Virgo,
absolutely.
Virgo, but I got the perfect one for you. No spoilers. Haikyuu, Shukishima. That moment.
Oh
You know
man.
what?
I haven't seen
Okay.
That's the moment. If you didn't cry
Because
that one, bro, like last
okay.
hero has a reaction where he started crying.
I excited cried off the second Albert Jones match.
Yeah.
You remember that? We actually all watched it in the car together, at call together, and that was actually wild.
I remember.
I remember Matt texted me. He said, "What episode, Joe?" I was like, "This." He was like, "Nigga, come in the chat." I was like, "What?"
We all forced you in there. Speaking of Matt, why is he here and not saying?
Matt is in this bitch.
I
He
didn't want to
muted
say
up.
nothing.
He ain't gonna say anything.
He muted up. I seen him, but I'm like, he muted up, so he can't even hear me if I call him out, right?
Oh, he deafened.
I think sometimes he legitimately does not know he's deafened.
Maybe not. Well, somebody text him if y'all, you know what I'm saying.
He's probably in space or something.
But we can move to the fourth topic.
Mr. Tanato.
So, has the community, the One Piece community, tainted the story of One Piece or the experience of One Piece?
This is a very good topic. I'm excited about this one.
I mean, like if you're on Twitter, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, anywhere, bro.
Twitter is what makes
Even
it
Instagram, bro. Even Instagram, there's a lot of One Piece pages that like host discussions and niggas be in the comments battling it out about shit, and like it kind of gets very toxic. So either way, definitely mostly Twitter.
I would say I feel like YouTube on the whole is pretty tame. I feel like even YouTube comments on One Piece when people are having discussions, it's not really that like insufferable. But whoever just brought up Twitter earlier, that's like 100%. It's Twitter. I think Twitter encompasses so much of it too, right? Because it's the toxicity of like stands of characters mixed with the people who are like very, very pro like official release versus people who are very, very pro piracy. And you've got them going at each other. And like there's no middle ground. You've got the people who like refuse, they have their headcanons of what's gonna happen and like refuse to accept anything that goes even a grain against what they thought was gonna happen in the story. I mean, there's so I'm skipping right over that.
Yeah, but
you save that for the reverie. But there's a lot of moments like that I notice that are on Twitter, and I feel like I don't really see them anywhere else. Maybe it's on Instagram, but it's probably because I just don't follow people on Instagram. Twitter's definitely the worst of it, and I've sort of learned to remove myself to avoid as much.
Well,
as
obviously,
possible.
Roger, you don't like you've removed yourself from a lot of bullshit because I understand you do official. So it's like I can't look at you, motherfucker. I can't talk to you. I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
I understand that, but
I'm here right now.
I mean, yeah, you're here. I'm not saying you don't follow us.
I think it's a difference of like what I can share, right? It's a thing of like what I can retweet and stuff. But that's really it. I mean, you know.
So
I might be talking to the Goro Say, but that doesn't mean I'm Shanks, all right? That's like,
everybody thinks Shanks is the op. Hey, Brago, I blame you for everybody thinking Shanks is the op. I literally,
I
absolutely blame you, bro.
No one actually thinks it though.
He's definitely.
No, it's niggas that really think that shit, bro. It's niggas that really think that shit, bro.
Yeah, he's with the world government, but he also steals the Delphids for no reason as well. Yeah.
Wow.
There you go, Eric. Talk to me.
Eric didn't hear a
We
theory.
had a
He stole it for the world
conversation.
government.
A couple years back.
Yeah, he got the gum for the Gorosei because it was already in their possession. That makes sense.
So my thing is that no matter how unbiased and like completely our own opinion in it, we say we are, there's no way to not be swayed by a few of the things that we see on Twitter.
For sure.
Like, it's like, I remember I had literally no hate for Sanji, but then when JD popped around, I did not like that.
Funny as hell.
All right,
That's
so
a
we-
lot.
What you trying to say to Mr. Legend?
So
No,
that's petty.
because
So that's petty, right?
Jay's not this way anymore, but when it came to the Sanji, everything was toxic.
Okay, so let's talk.
Virgo always
talk
hated
about it.
Sanji because he was always on the opposite side of that discussion.
Exactly.
No, I was not. I would shit on both characters if necessary, and then when
Very defensive, bro.
came around, and there were
But like, did you
and there
really
was
become a
some
wait, Virgo, question. Did you become a Virgo stan before the Sanji conversation happened? Like,
Yes.
really?
yeah.
What a character to stand. Like, what a choice to make.
You like Shanks, you like a snitch.
So
Funny as
let's
hell.
talk about this Sanji thing, right? Because
Virgo's a
Go ahead,
double
Jay. Go ahead,
agent.
Jay.
Virgo literally like
Hold on, let me get it out.
because one, we have to be honest. This is part of the community. It's a big part of the toxicity of the community. This is the Sanji debate. And granted, I will admit my hand in a part of this because when I joined, one, I was young, nobody knew who I was, so I'm just lashing out.
this was last year.
No,
Jay,
nigga,
you did it like 2 weeks ago.
SB0 was
What
2
do you mean
years
you were
ago.
young?
It was 2 years ago. I was young. I don't know what you mean. I'm young. Roger,
You were
26.
younger 2
Roger,
months ago,
26
that's
is
true.
young, right? It's young. So
Roger, right? Yeah.
right.
Help me out.
I'm leaning on Roger.
In the last 2 years,
I'm
you
definitely
can
Totally fine, bro. I'm 31.
SP0
You're fine. You're fine.
SB0 was abolished last year.
No, that's cap. So anyway, like I said before, Sanji was getting bullied aggressively everywhere I saw, and at that point, I'm like, well, I got to do something about this. So I was like, okay, I'm
Stand
here.
up for him.
I had to stand up for him, but people got mad because I'm standing up for Sanji when y'all keep
Bro.
bringing him down. So I'm like, yo,
There
it's
were
fine.
times, Jay, there were times when you did do that. You fought for the little Sanji guy over there rooting for Blackleg. But there were times when you wake up and you tweet, "Good morning, everyone. It's for 3 sword suckers." I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay, well, one, that's cat. Find the tweet because you're lying.
But wait, I
Second
feel
of all-
like him doing
He
that
said,
was
"Show me the
literally
receipts."
only.
Yes, I need it.
I feel like him doing that was only literally to strengthen his Sanji agenda. So like you do that, like Jay said, I see all of these Sanji bullies, and I feel like I need to take a stand against these Sanji bullies, right?
It's like he's the voice for the voiceless.
Literally, G. So I need to take a stand against these Sanji bullies. So I'm gonna be a Sanji stand and fight these Zoro heads.
Exactly.
In response to that, you gotta kind of like start your day with Zoro slander.
I mean, but I didn't start my day with Zoro slander. It would just happen.
That's what
because
Virgo just said.
But I know because he's lying. He doesn't
I'll
have
go
receipts.
search and I'll be back.
Go ahead, search. Go search.
The day started with Fiji and Jay tweeting about Zoro and Sanji.
Right.
And then somehow they would intertwine, and then that would start like a chain reaction for everybody else to jump.
Exactly. So then after
And
a while,
that was every day.
exactly. And then after a while, I was like, all right, let me just settle down a little bit. And I've been very calm, very, very calm in the past year. I just want everyone to
Apparently,
understand.
you had some sort of epiphany.
I mean, no, I'm just trying to be a
Yeah,
better
to
man.
be fair to Jay, when I did come into the YouTube scene was March of last year, and that shit wasn't there when I came in. So that means that it probably ended before last year. You feel me?
Wait, what wasn't there? ZK, like ZK or the
SP0, SP0,
SP0. Okay, yeah.
SP0.
Definitely started
when I
in
first
like
came
May,
in. It
June.
wasn't a thing when I came in.
Definitely started like May, June.
I feel like it was then.
It started in May. It says started in May or June.
Because I knew Jay before I even was a YouTuber.
If you got a timestamp before that, then please provide.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. You making all these accusations, but I don't
I
see
feel
no
like
proof.
May, June.
Because me and Jay was homies before I even became a YouTuber, and I remember being in his group chat, and it wasn't an SP0 chat; it was just a chat.
Exactly.
It wasn't. But he had the other one.
But Jay, are you pretending like you're not gonna pull this bullshit out when Sanji starts finding points?
Okay, one. I'm excited for Sanji only. I don't have to slander Zoro to be excited for Sanji. That's the problem with y'all, right? Because think about this. I'm gonna use a good analogy. So we talked about Arlong, right? We talked about Arlong. Why should Arlong care about humans? I ask people this question every time. Why should All care?
He shouldn't.
So why should I care? So why should I care about Zoro stance? Why? Why should I care about everything? Why?
I'll be waiting.
I'm fighting back. I was fighting back.
I don't see the correlation.
Because Jay, you have to factor in the koalas of the world.
The koala.
I understand, and we have koala. Zoro fanboy's koala. Zoro fanboy was koala.
You just don't understand each other.
That's
man.
what I'm saying.
What did you just say? Zoro what koala?
Zoro fanboy was the koala for me in this situation. Because Sanji stands are like fishmen, and Zoro stands are like humans. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for me.
Oh my god!
After
you're the oppressed.
Yes!
You are not oppressed.
Sanji fans, you want to tell me Sanji fans weren't oppressed back then? You want to be honest with me?
No, nigga, no.
That's cap. That's cap.
I'm gonna be. Sanji fans would catch strays just out of nowhere.
For no reason, bro.
Hey,
I feel like everybody was
I used to literally get in conversations that got so deep. One day, me and my brother almost fought one day over a Sanji discussion in the house. No cat. Like he was screaming at me.
So y'all feel like niggas don't fight over Zoro discussions?
Bro, but this is the thing with the Zoro discussions, they do get heated, but it's like they don't always start off with niggas slandering Zoro.
They never do.
How?
Like, in my experience, it's either it starts with Shanks and Mihawk and ends up to Zoro somehow, or
Zoro doesn't have much slander material. Like,
yeah, you feel me? Or it starts with Sanji.
You don't remember Dressrosa?
I want to pull that out. That's in case of emergency break.
I wasn't there, big dog.
I'm crying. I'm actually hollering slightly. However, so I have a question for you, Virgo. So you say Sanji fans weren't oppressed. So the memes, right? The memes of Sanji being dressed in a dress in Okama Island, Kamabaka Kingdom. How many times did I see them? How many times did I see them pictures spammed every time I would try to praise Sanji?
And so here's the thing: I didn't become a part of One Piece Twitter until I want to say 2019. So if niggas was really on that before then about Sanji going like that was his 2 years.
I joined in 2017.
That's kind of wild.
Well, I'd say it's calmed down immensely from what it used to be like. It's nowhere near as bad as what it used to be. It's definitely a lot more relaxed.
I feel like niggas now is just like become more content with Sanji. Like I feel like before, at least for me, listen. Before when I first got into the scene, niggas was slandering this nigga a lot. Yeah. Now I feel like it's like I don't know, it's become kind of a normalcy. Like people just like, man, Sanji's just doing Sanji shit.
Exactly.
Well, it's the Zoro fans, right? Because they're content, so they don't need to fight the fight.
Exactly.
Zoro's just so far in ahead, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Eric. Low key, that is kind of he's spitting too. Because I feel like Zoro fans eating so much that it's like, you feel me? They don't really got to. You know what I mean?
Also, it only really started heavy with the ZKK shit. Because like, if people wanted to,
that was annoying too.
I
didn't dislike Zoro or Zoro fan until that began.
So if I can give you,
well, I will say this.
Street said Roger started that. Hold on.
That's why I was going to say. Let me just apologize.
This goes back to 2015
for all of that. I think wasn't that the first live stream I was ever on with you, Brago? Is we did the discussion because Fan Talk did the video responding to my video about how Zoro is going to be involved in the fight with Kaido. And he's like, there's no way it's ever going to happen. This is ridiculous. And then people thought that me and Anime Fan Talk like actually legitimately hated each other. It fell into this whole thing of like Double 4 anime and this all. It was a wild stream.
Yeah,
Rob and I have been friends ever since. Look at that, man.
That was 2015. That was
2015. Yeah.
Jesus, John.
So for those who like basketball, something crazy is about to happen. Kemba Walker might go to LA for Kyle Kuzma and a few first-round picks.
Whoa, what?
Whoa,
just now?
What?
That is like news right now.
What the hell?
I mean, I don't want to say. I want to say I called.
You did call it that. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, but to go back on topic. I would say this: the rhetoric, because this was right after Whole Cake. So the rhetoric, the reason why the Sanji and Zoro stuff was so bad is because there was a rhetoric of Sanji has to apologize. When Zoro finds out what Sanji did, it's going to be a big issue. And you also had the Sanji and the Kamabaka Kingdom stuff as well.
Hey, first of all, wait, real quick. I want to cut you off real quick.
Right.
The whole Sanji has to apologize shit. We are some toxic ass individuals. Like, what the fuck type of cancel culture shit are we on?
But think about, but you don't understand.
I gotta say, fucking Sanji needs to apologize.
As toxic as that was, I would have liked to see it at least addressed.
A conversation, yes.
A conversation.
An apology. Yeah.
I would have liked a conversation or something about, hey, what happened in Whole Cake Island, by the way?
Because do you remember when Usopp was being insubordinate and these niggas was like, get on the ship?
That was a whole big ass part of that arc.
People bring up that like Enies Lobby Zoro's gonna be upset at Luffy. I'm like, that was how many years ago, and they've grown to the point where
not only that,
Luffy on anything.
Not only that, there was never no official ass disagreement between the crew and one nigga. Like there was.
If Zoro has a problem with Luffy at this point, like he can go away. Like you gotta be right about the crew, okay? You can't be talking shit.
Well, Zoro's not leaving the crew. Like that's
Zoro's
just
not leaving the crew. I would have been.
I remember that around the whole time of the whole talks of Sanji apologizing, and they all said, "Well, Zoro's gonna leave the crew if it doesn't happen."
Certain individuals memeing saying, if Oda had any character consistency, Zoro would leave the crew, not understanding Zoro's character.
I remember that. That was a very long time as well.
It would have been a conversation. But
I would have liked the conversation. But I would have also liked the conversation about Zoro's eye. So it's like, certain things that talked about.
Brago, I think that there's going to be some things we're just not going to get.
You think he's going to unlock the eye?
Certainly going to be something that comes up later. Yeah, I don't think he's going to have an eternal Mangekyo, but I think it's going to be something. I think it'll be something that comes up. I think
Oda just thinks it looks cool and just did it.
In the anime recently, they asked Kyoshiro about his appearance. They just kind of just like went over it, like, "Oh, don't worry about it, bro. It's just nothing." Like, bro, you're completely.
There was a little bit of facial reconstruction. No worries, bro.
Yeah, but
All right, man. I want to move to topic 5. What is One Piece's best character, arc, and villain,
Best character arc.
I think I'm going to get it out there real quick. I'm just going to say villain because I think a lot of people are going to agree with me. Doflamingo. Like, for me, Doflamingo, even though I don't necessarily think his arc within Just Rosa was the best, I think he is the most fun villain to watch. I think there's a lot of, like, he's doing stuff in the background, even right now. Like, the stuff with Impel Down and the fallout of Just Rosa and what's going to happen after the Emperors are taken down. Like, yeah, Doflamingo is the one I always want to watch out for.
Such an important.
I think Kaido is creeping up on that for me.
Can we mention characters that like don't have completed character arcs that are kind of still ongoing?
Yeah, go ahead,
I feel like Usopp's is spectacular.
As a villain?
No, you said villains?
No, I said villain character.
I'm like, Usopp was crazy in Water 7.
I thought she was piggybacking on
I'm just saying as far as just characters in general, I really like Usopp's character arc.
For sure.
I think everything like Water 7 for me, Usopp's whole character arc with Luffy and their fight.
It was a switch. I hated Usopp until that moment, bro.
Piggybacking off of what Sen just said, I'm thinking like with Enies Lobby, Water 7, there's a lot of character progression going on for a lot of people there. I think it was really dope. Like even when Sanji told Usopp, "Listen, bro, you're acting like you're useless. This shit that you can do that I can't do, shit I can do you can't do." And he's like, "You know what's right." And then he went and did his thing on the Tower of Law. So like, I don't know. There's a lot of great character moments that I want to live, like all types of shit. And Frankie like talking Robin out of it, like, "Bitch, they are here for you.
Bitch,
get over it."
That's a fact. Go ahead.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I think Water 7 Enies Lobby was just phenomenal for a lot of people.
You think Enies Lobby is the best arc for you?
The best arc? I personally love Zoe the most, but I think a close second for me would be Enies Lobby.
Okay. Yo, I gotta say too, mentioning that, y'all was right. Yo, it was a while back, right? I argued with y'all niggas for like an hour that if you separate Water 7 and Enies Lobby, that I liked Enies Lobby more, was better. And I ain't gonna lie. Recently, I've been reading shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I switched it, bro. Y'all was right,
Cap, bro.
Yeah, I think I like Water 7 more, bro.
Well,
I
Water
like
7
Water
had so many good moments because Water 7
I'm
has
not gonna
the
lie,
subversion
bro.
of expectations with
Yeah,
the
bro,
villains,
and there's so
obviously.
much shit going on.
The stuff
Go
with
ahead,
Frankie, you have obviously Luffy versus Usopp, which still to this day is like amazing.
Bro, it's the
Y'all
top
niggas
two
was
fight.
on my ass,
It's the
bro.
top
Y'all was
two
right,
fight
though, you feel me?
in One Piece, bro.
And also the environment of Water 7
that's
itself is
right
also
there.
like so cool, right? It's like this Venetian type city on the water that's constantly, however many years, like it starts flooding. I love Water 7.
It's a beautiful environment. Like,
Love it.
Character writing that I kind of like, especially with like Luffy, Usopp, and then Usopp and Nami. Even that whole section, there was a lot of good stuff in that arc.
Do we count the train part as Annie's lobby?
Yeah.
No.
No, that's Water
Yeah.
7.
Water
Yeah, that's
7.
what.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's
not
true.
at Annie's
Okay, that is
lobby.
Water 7.
Damn, it's 700 in here, Big Sensei. They
Yeah.
shit it wild.
Is it? Oh,
Yes,
is it?
sir.
Yeah,
Hey, shout
because-
out to you 700 niggas. What's up?
Shout out
dude?
to
That-
700
that train
people watching.
Subscribe to the channel.
Can we say shout out to that like
Subscribe
button?
and drop these likes, though.
Right,
Let's
drop the
go.
motherfucking
Shout out to that
like.
like button.
Drop the motherfucking like, subscribe to the channel.
It's free,
follow
bro.
a
You
nigga
just gotta
on
click a
Twitter and
button.
Instagram. Yeah, bro, that's it. You
mouse
heard,
too.
Brago. Click.
On my mama, I'll send you some anthrax if you
It's
don't.
a mouse. Either you
God
gotta put your
damn.
finger on that
Whoa,
bitch,
what?
or
Hold on,
you gotta
whoa,
move
Yeah,
it.
slow down.
It
Slow
didn't
down. Hold on.
like
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
stream?
Hold on. Yeah.
Like it,
This
play
man
stream.
Virgo different, yo.
Who's man is this?
Get him out of here.
He different, bro.
I didn't even know, but go ahead. I don't know who was talking. Was that you, Virgo?
I'm not thinking back, but go ahead, Jay.
So I wanna for me, I know it's part of the saga, but I recently did a video on this, and Raj, you know what I'm talking about. Jaya might be my top one. If we're just taking Jaya alone, as an arc, Jaya actually might be my top one. I just think Jaya embodies everything that is One Piece. I think the moments in Jaya, the foreshadowing and the payoff from Jaya, from what we got from Skypiea, to me, Jaya could be like, Jaya is like everything to me. Like rereading Jaya, watching Jaya, like everything was amazing. There's so much, like, that's the first hint we got of Sanji being a Vinsmoke. It's the first time we saw Whitebeard announced as the strongest man in the world with the letter with Shanks and Rockstar.
Oh man,
the Blackbeard speech, the Bellamy punch. Like, there's just like a lot of emotional moments, and a lot, like, to me, every time I watch that Blackbeard speech, you just can't help but get goosebumps. Like, it's like,
before that, I even love the callback to like some fights just aren't worth fighting, and like they just sat in the bar and just took their licks.
And then the Nolan, just listen, man. And then, as for my favorite character, for the number one character for me, I don't know if people agree, but I actually have Garp as the best character in One Piece right now.
Hey, spitting, go crazy.
We're only gonna get more.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I have a video. I have a Garp video coming up, so I won't go into depth. But I would say, just in terms of complexity and the things that a character has had to face,
I think Garp is the best
throughout his entire career.
You're spitting right
no
now,
one
bro.
has ever gone through
you.
the type of stuff that Garp has had to deal with, and the decisions he's had to make. No one's ever made decisions the way Garp has had to make, and he always makes a decision, which is something I respect. And then when it comes to the number one villains, it's Crocodile, man. Like, come on. Like, for me, I'm just saying, Crocodile. He got the best. He got the best villain laugh. In terms of Crocodile got the best villain laugh. Yeah, I'm taking that. Just let me get it. Oh, I'm telling you,
Jay. You know you capping, Jay.
You know I'm gonna call.
Oh wait! I lied. He's right. I lied. All right, Brago got me. Brago got me. I'm a fraud. I'm sorry. Blackbeard's got the best villain laugh. Okay. Yeah, no, Blackbeard's got it. But
Blackbeard and Doffy both got better lives than Crocodile.
Literally, bro. I couldn't believe you just said that.
I'm taking
Bro, he tried to throw that joint in there.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm still taking Crocodile's laugh over the Doffy. I know it's crazy. I'm still taking it. I'm still taking it. However, in terms of it, so let me explain why I have Crocodile as like my favorite.
Hey, wait. Niggas in the chat say do the laugh.
I'm not doing it. So for the reason why I have Crocodile number one, yeah, I'm screaming. The reason I have Crocodile's number one is because the effect that he had as an antagonist on the Straw Hats, on Vivi, on everything, was so overwhelming. Where Doflamingo, he was just evil. Like, everything, he affected everybody. But in terms of one-upping Vivi, Luffy, everybody, over and over and over again, so meticulous. The structure of the Baroque works, bro.
He did have backup plans for backup plans.
And bro, it's like Crocodile, Doffy would laugh at you, right? You would hear Doffy's laugh. When Vivi was locked up to that table,
that shit was gas.
When Vivi was locked up to that table and Crocodile laughing in her face like, "Oh, I'm about to kill your father," he just the menacingness of Crocodile, bro. Like,
bro, Doffy
just,
remember
he's
Doflamingo, like
when Doflamingo did laughed at you, bro, you really wanted to swing off that nigga.
He made the call and he left the Warlords, then came back to Law. Was like, what the fuck did you do? Like, come on, man. You find out soon enough, my guy. And then he pulled out a pistol.
Oh
yeah,
veins popping out his neck as he laughs.
Lord.
Bro, the nigga Doffy veins popping out his neck as he laughs is the most
it's serious
shit ever, bro.
But Crocodile is so disrespectful when he laughs at you. That's the thing. There's disrespect in Crocodile's laugh. It hurts every time you hear it.
No, but the thing with Doffy's laugh is like he's genuinely enjoying your despair.
Yeah, but he's like, but Crocodile's cackling in your despair. Like that's
Bro,
that's disrespectful.
I just watched the scene, bro. I just watched the scene when Impel down, bro. When they needed his hope to get out and shit.
And he's
that laugh low key hurt me a little.
He's just laughing at these niggas. I'm like, yo, Crocodile's so disrespectful, dog. I'm telling you.
Bro, to be fair, you don't remember when they fucked up the Sad Factory? And then fucking Doflamingo starts laughing. He's just like, I'm so angry, I can't do nothing but laugh. Niggas was scared. I was like, oh, this nigga really upset.
I'm so taking.
I don't know. I don't know about cracking the Doffy shit, but Blackbeard's top one.
I think for those two, that's 1 and 2 for me. We're kind of splitting hairs, but I got Doffy.
That's fair.
Doffy's a bit more eccentric, and I like that.
I feel like my Crocodile. Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I got Crocodile, but
my boy.
Actually, you go first because I was gonna change.
I was just gonna say.
So wait. I want to go down the line. I can go down the line and get all 3 from each of y'all. How about that?
Yeah, go ahead, do that.
The top 3, what?
So not top 3, but the best arc, villain, and character.
Best arc, best villain, and best character. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
So I know I just got JD's. Brago, what's up, bro? What you got?
Best arc. Sabaody. Best villain, Doflamingo. Best character, Garp.
Okay. I know I just got JD's. Sin.
What's Sin? Niggas too.
My bad. That's EN.
Roxanne.
Okay. Why Texan? What is the new thing? Okay. Best arc Sabaody as well. I think that had literally like everything that I wanted in an arc. I think it had the highest tension in the entire series. I think it had some like the best character moments as well. Luffy punching Celestial Dragon, had the lore, the supernovas, Rayleigh, and even just some slight character changes as well. Like I'm pretty sure it was the first.
Excuse that loud.
Heck, you got the Water 7 train going, buddy?
Yes. That's
this nigga moved to Water 7.
No, hey, boy, that nigga said he got Rashomon.
I live right next to that bitch, G. Sorry, go ahead, Sin, get the shit off.
Okay, and then it had some like the really nice character moments. Like that was the first time Luffy ever said, "Run away! Like let's get out of here. We can't handle these guys." Right. And then obviously the end of the arc when everyone popped by Kuma. That's one of the most emotional moments in the series, I think, for me. I think I actually
had everything, bro.
Yeah, it literally had everything. Favorite villain, Crocodile, probably. But I do want to give a shout out to Arlong because I really like Arlong.
Agreed.
No Hordy.
No Hordy.
Brago, you know better than that.
Character. I mean, my favorite is Zoro, but like he's not the best character. So I think the best would probably go to like Garp or.
If we didn't choose Garp, who would we choose? Because I think Garp is like clearly the best in my opinion. Is it Doffy? Is Doffy up there?
No, it's not Doffy.
Do you guys feel like Ace is up there? Because I feel like Ace could be up there.
Ace is up there for me.
Sure. I think a lot of people are gonna like push back on Ace.
Well, I mean, it depends on how seriously you take his character writing in the ASL flashback, right? I feel like that's the only way you would know.
I also really like appeared disregarding like some of that Wano stuff.
You like who? Disregarding the Wano stuff? Oh, you said Whitebeard.
Yeah.
Okay. That's tough.
Was that it for you, Sam?
Get out of
Luffy not up there for y'all?
Yeah, I said
No.
As the best character?
Yeah, Luffy's
as
not
the
a
best as MC. Yes.
He's a good
as
MC.
a character. No.
I don't think
He's a fantastic MC.
Yeah, Luffy's more when it comes to like character. Like
I'm not saying best character, but like you don't think he's like up there, like in the talks at all. Like
I love
Luffy.
Luffy.
I give him top 10. I give him top 10.
I don't think it's fair.
He's top 10.
My love of Luffy doesn't stem directly from his character.
Whitebeard.
Yeah.
Whitebeard is top 5.
Yeah, I love Whitebeard.
Luffy does a lot of
Whitebeard definitely.
To be fair, after the conversation,
Jinbei.
I'm about to say Jinbei. We might have to start talking about it. Might have to open this dialogue about Jinbei,
Why hasn't been brought up more than I understand maybe why. I love Law, man. I really
Law
like
is up there as well.
Law.
So
Law is definitely top 5.
Law's in my top 3.
So can
that's like
Exactly.
Can I ask you a question, Roger? Can I ask you a question? Because this is something I had a big beef with my
Smoker
chat
up there,
and
me.
Morge. So I have a problem with Morge as well. He said that the Law flashback didn't affect him at all. Like it didn't make him feel emotional at all.
I mean that's subjective, you know.
Okay, but Roger, you know, there's times where you accept subjectivity and then you just don't accept cap. And to me, that's cap.
I could say that's cap, but I could also say
I hope you got that one in the tuck for him.
Because to me, like it resonated with me. Probably in terms of like my top 3 flavor flashbacks in the entire series. I love Ace Core Zone. I really do. But when I say Law, I don't just mean like Law. Everything about him I like. I like the aesthetic of Law when we first meet him back in Sabaody. I like the post-time skip thing, how we met him post-time skip back in Punk Hazard. I love the I broke the gear moment against Virgo and how like we find out later on like there was so much more subtext going on there because of what happened with Virgo in the flashback with Corazon and how he's basically the one to sell him out. I love like the way that Law is then sort of adapted to be with the crew right now, and it's kind of like
those Law moments are hilarious,
like, bro. He's so good.
They're hilarious.
I love him, man.
I just saw the picture fluctuating of Chopper on top of Law's head, and I laughed.
Hilarious.
Really
yeah, it's great. And there's a lot of moments like that. Like we still don't fully understand the extent of like the stuff with Law and Drake as well, right? Like the stuff that happened in the prison back in Act 2. I think there's some more stuff to break down there. And I'm always excited to see it. And Law was on the roof. Law was a participant in Roof Piece. So you got to give it to him there too.
That's a fact.
It's almost as though Law is like one of the readers. The way that Law is like
Smoker as well.
Looking for the same things. We're looking for like, where's the demon? I'm like, yeah, Law. Keep asking the questions, guys.
Wait, somebody in the chat said Law's flashback is overrated and Brooke is way better. I'd love to say cap to you, sir. But I love Brooke's backstory.
Brooks' flashback, I think, is exponentially better because of the anime. I think
better than
No. I mean, it's a better experience in the anime than it is in the manga.
Than Lost.
I think when you're reading it in the manga, it wasn't something that impacted me in the same way when I watched it for the first time in the anime. When I got to Brooks' flashback in the anime for the first time, and you hear Big Sake, you actually hear him being the last one to play by himself. You hear the cries of Laboon. There's a lot of stuff there that doesn't translate on the page.
The quartet, then it was a trio.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yo,
go ahead.
Just making sure.
I mean, ASL is the best flashback. I mean,
okay.
Roger, go ahead. Give me your 3.
Oh, I thought I already did. Law's my favorite character. Flamingo is my favorite. My favorite villain is Doffy, and my favorite arc is probably Jaya Skypiea.
Okay.
Ooh.
Good shit.
That's interesting.
Same. Go ahead. The other sin.
Best arc probably Sabaody. Best villain probably Doffy. And I guess not to pick Garp because everybody picked Garp. I probably would pick like Smoker.
I'm here for it.
I ain't mad at that. Romaine lettuce.
I'm always happy Smoker love.
Smoker mid.
Yo,
Wrong, you here?
It was Sensei, I gotta dip out, bro. But I appreciate you having me, bro.
No, I appreciate you for pulling up, G. You my nigga, G. I appreciate
all
you.
All y'all have a
good time.
Yeah, rest y'all have a great night, man. I'll let y'all.
Master D, you still here? Or you on mute? You good? You gone? Fair enough. Virgo.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go with best villain, Doflamingo. Best arc, Mizo, and our best character, Jinbei.
Quietly, what's cracking, bro? Welcome to the
show. Yo, what's good, Shade?
Oh, what up, DDQ?
What's good?
Quietly came to bring balance because he saw Jay going crazy.
I heard Jay. I'm gonna let him live. I'm gonna let him live. I'm not even trying to start the discourse. I'm not even trying to start the discourse.
Give me your three, G.
Best character. I don't even think I have to say it, but Zoro. That's the best villain. I really want to say Blackbeard, but I'm gonna put Doffy there too, just because we got more from Doffy so far. Doffy was stupid cold. I want to say Blackbeard too, but I mean, I know he's gonna be lit in the end. I mean, he's lit now, but not so more so than Doffy. Doffy was just the complete package. Right. Like all forms of hockey going off, like mastery of the devil fruit, just what he did to Dressrosa. He's basically Crocodile. Mission accomplished, actually. So that's why I like Crocodile too. I will say that if I had to say my favorite warlord, it probably would be Crocodile. But as a villain, Doffy's just too much backstory. Everything just going crazy. And for the arc, I don't know. Can I take Impel down and Marineford together? Or do I got?
I'm with it. I
want to because I want to take both.
I mean, they complement each other well.
I ain't mad at you.
Those two arcs, fantastic.
And Smoker is trash. I don't know what's happening in the stream. Jesus Christ! And Guard being the best character.
Smoker's the next Straw Hat, right?
No, he had a video on that. He had a video on that. Oh, and
I cannot respect a man who lets somebody hockey up the ass and sit on them.
I mean, that was a dope move to do, but I just wanted to touch on what you said about like the negativity from like the Twitter or whatever, or like even the YouTube sphere. For me, it's just simply the over expectations for no reason, or like we get ideas in our head and then they become concrete. Like a big one is the next arc is Elbath. And now, while it might be, there's no really clear indication that is where we're going next. I say that we're never going to go there. I agree with 100%. Just in case it's not, then you're going to have a lot of people be let down. It was kind of like how where Whole Cake Island really wasn't that bad. But because we were waiting for Wano and we knew Wano was coming up, we were so ready to get out of Whole Cake that it made people like, all right, I'm done with this. Exactly. But actually, if we go back, it actually was pretty good. And then my second one.
The first half of Whole Cake was probably one of the best.
Oh yeah, I would say the majority of the first half, and especially the middle. The middle of Whole Cake, I think, is still probably some of the strongest line of chapters in the entire post-time skip era. Like from when you get to the stuff with Capone and you find out about the plan to try to kill Big Mom, moving into the tea party.
The wedding.
I consider that first half. If you want to say middle,
and pudding, and then finally you get to that Big Mom flashback with the stuff with Elbath. Like it really only for me kind of started falling out after the cake falls, bro. Right, literally. And that's when I started having problems with it. Yeah, but like the middle was amazing.
That's the whole. I just feel like the editors kind of messed it up for everybody, and just the structure of the story, like post time skip. Like in the beginning, I liked not knowing where we were. We kind of didn't know what island we were going to next. And then, in the post, we kind of already had a set plan since Punk Hazard, so you kind of know exactly what you're looking for. That's why Whole Cake Island was nice because it kind of came out the blue. There wasn't any plans to really go, but now we kind of. Well, that's why I'm happy that after Wano, we really don't know exactly where we're going to go next, because that leads into the mystery that makes One Piece lit. It's kind of that's what led to it being so unpredictable in the past, and for me, it's not really as unpredictable now because I just know, what's going to be happening next. So many
places you can go next.
Exactly. And the second thing I hate for some reason is just I see a lot of people kind of got away from doing this, but just assuming that Wano is 100% going to be like a Kabuki play, 5 acts. Like this could be the last act. Maybe we have a next act that is the final act. This is like little pet peeves, but it's just when I hear it, I'm just like, it's like, what if it's really 3 acts and not when you put your bets on, okay, this is not going to happen now because we got 2 more acts for sure. You're not really too sure about that. You just going off of the speculation. When them shits take legs and just start running too far, it just is like I just get thrown off.
I can speak personally. I could say that I sort of fell off the 5-act train when Kaido beat Luffy again. And then he falls off and he just kept going. And I was like, when that happened and we kept going, I went, okay, this might actually end in 3. But for a while there, it did sort of seem like it was going to be 5. But I also feel like it doesn't become a problem if you're able to go with the flow of the story. It becomes a problem if you're like, this didn't happen, and so I hate this now. You know what I mean?
It happens a lot to people.
Yeah, and that does happen a lot to people. Yeah, but I mean, I'm happy to say, if it ends up in 3, I'm cool. There's stuff I still want to see. I want to see the Kaido flashback. I want to see, some type of backstory for Kaido, because to me, he's still not that compelling yet. I think there's a lot of stuff there with Yamato as well, and we're just gonna have to wait and see. But Noda, I trust. I feel like he's been doing a good job in Wano. So.
That's a fact. Sensei, are you here now?
Yo.
What's up, gang? Give me your 3.
Welcome.
How y'all doing?
Sensational.
Maybe I'm just drunk.
I'm starting to drink, Sensei.
Okay.
Y'all on a different type of time.
Nah, bro. Give me a 3, bro.
Nah, it's game day.
Best character.
You said best character. So
best character, 3. Best villain, and best arc of One Piece.
Oh, best arc in One Piece is Sabaody. No question. No question.
What if I have a question?
And then villain.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think everybody in here has been saying Doffy.
Yep.
To me, it either come down to either Doffy, Rob Lucci, or Kaido.
Rob Lucci.
Big Kaido. No one said that yet.
That's a level.
No one said Lucci either.
I never thought you would have reached.
Yeah, so I'd probably say I'd just go with Doffy because it's the safest answer.
Mm-hmm.
Safe man.
Yeah, and then character, like, so what? Best written character, like,
however you want to judge.
Yeah. Who do you want to represent for your best whatever?
What?
Who do you want to? So say you like something about a character a lot. Who do you want them to represent that today? Like, you love somebody's character, like their characterization. Pick them.
Probably Garp or Ace.
Damn, Garp's a fucking fan.
Y'all really love Garp.
Yeah,
I can't
Garp
believe
is
y'all,
fire,
bro.
Garp is what? Why are you tweaking, G?
He's not fire.
Garp's not fire. What do you mean?
Yeah, he's not fire. He's okay.
As a written character in One Piece.
He's okay. I mean, if he was really about that, he
over him, bro.
He would have killed. If he was really taking responsibility for his family, he would have did it like Itachi did it. He would have did it like Itachi did it. Play ball. He would have did it like Itachi did it. Play ball. You know what I'm saying? If he was really taking responsibility for his family, if he was really taking responsibility for his family, he would have been the one up on that scaffold with one of them blades. You heard?
To me, Garp and Ace are barred none the best. They're barred none the best written characters in One Piece.
I agree.
I mean, like, who else would you throw in there?
Exactly.
Like, let me ask all this.
What's up, Brago? Hold on. What's up?
Has the recent Whitebeard stuff has it done anything to how you perceive Whitebeard?
Yeah, that's why I said Whitebeard, except for the Wano stuff.
But Whitebeard is still a great,
I'm curious. This is a topic I'm kind of removed from. I've never even heard this. Like, do people not like the stuff with Whitebeard and Roger in the flashback?
Well,
they don't. I think
it's not that part. It's the
Odin.
Yeah,
they don't. He never came through to help.
Niggas got mad after the when Marco showed up at the raid, and it was like, oh, we would have came to save Odin, but.
But even remember the flashback when Ace wanted to go and Whitebeard was like, no.
That's right. I didn't even.
Yeah, niggas got mad at that.
Whitebeard was always like, stay out of this all the time. Like, don't.
And so a lot of people felt like that was bullshit of him as a character.
Yeah, people didn't like that.
You know what chapter that was offhand? Because I'm curious if maybe it was like a difference in the official and the scan.
I don't. But I think
I genuinely don't remember Marco saying, "Oh, Whitebeard didn't let us come save Odin." That's like,
well, they showed a scene with Odin actually. I mean, with Whitebeard saying that to
the flashback.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember that. Wow.
There's a flashback where Ace was trying to go and Whitebeard was like, "No,
chill out,
can't do that."
Wow.
Like, just relax, bro. We don't know what's over there. Was basically what he was saying.
Yeah. Essentially, they didn't say like, "Oh, we were not going." It went basically like, "We don't know like what's going on over there."
Yeah, like, it could end up being more like detrimental,
more problematic.
Sure.
So that's basically what they did. Do I have everybody? Did I get everybody? Ben, say you gave all your joints right.
I think Eric's
I throw one more in there. Fujitora.
Fuji as what character?
You've been pushing the Fuji gospel lately.
I feel like that's a heavy reach.
That is a reach.
I feel like we need more.
Yeah, we need way.
Maybe
more.
if we had gotten something at the Reverie, like maybe, but I think it's still kind of dicey with him. Like I like him as a character, but I feel like I need something else. I need more. I need a little more.
I think he pulled
that back and forth with the Kainu was good. That was pretty good. Just a little more.
All right.
What's
that saying?
Oh, I was saying I'm surprised no one said Marineford.
I would have. That is definitely my favorite.
Because usually everyone always hypes up Marineford as the best arc, right? So
I took both. I took Impel Down and Marineford.
I have Salaloli at 2, actually. So yeah.
Actually, if we're combining Impel Down and Marineford, then I would go for that. Actually,
I do combine the two.
If we can combine,
I guess makes it a tad.
Is Impel Down Marineford better than Water 7 English Lobby?
Yes.
Yes. I'm Impel Down as my second favorite.
Yes.
That's not an easy yes.
It is an easy yes for me. It's not like it's not even close, but it is an easy yes.
I think it's extremely close, but I'm gonna take Impel Down.
Extremely close?
Yeah,
like
I think it's extremely
right
close.
next to each other in the top 5?
Yeah.
I mean I mean those all 4. I think for me all those are top 5 arcs.
Because you got to think with Water 7 in its lobby, right? We had the entire crew versus Impel Down Marineford, where it was really just Luffy, and we got the supporting cast from characters that we haven't seen in a while. So many reveals, so much like little clashes and shit like that. But when you look at Water 7 in its lobby, just the characterization, the shit that happened with Usopp, like the world opening up a little bit more. It's a lot there for two different reasons. I think Water 7. I mean,
it's a lot of one-to-one. It's a lot of one-to-one comparisons that could be made quietly.
Marineford just is too much hype. Marineford is like the hype,
but it's a lot of payoffs too, G. It's a lot of reveals. Go ahead.
I don't agree with that just because we are literally talking about like 5 seconds ago the 2 best characters being Garp and Ace, which were mainly done in
Marineford, bro. Like in Marineford. So like if you want to compare like the reveal, so if you want to compare Ace to Robin, who do you got, bro? It's not Robin, bro. If you talking about
but the thing is, what Ennis Lobby has like some of the greatest moments in One Piece.
Absolutely, I'm not denying that at all.
I want to live.
I
want to live shooting down the flag and Usopp calling out to Luffy. I think some of those those are great moments.
I might be wilding. But
shit, Water 7 with Luffy versus Usopp. Like
I was gonna say, yes. I want to live to thank you for loving me.
Absolutely.
Let's say this.
I think I want to live would probably win.
Damn. What? What do we put against?
I want to live.
Wait, Roger, you're spitting. Absolutely not. There's no way. Thank you for loving me is losing to I want to live. There's no way.
Damn. Brago, I'm actually
that might be facts, but that might actually be facts.
This is like
I'll take the Ace moment.
I mean, you say just a simple sentence of thank you for loving me is different. Thank you for loving me is different.
I mean, I gotta be completely honest. I've talked about this in other videos before. Like, if I look at Marineford in the moment that really got me choked up, it wasn't thank you for loving me. It was like Whitebeard saying, "I'm sorry, my sons. This is as far as I go." That whole speech up to like One Piece does exist, and then you get that shot of him where he never had the coward's injury and like half his face is blown up. That to me like was way. And I don't mean to like discredit anybody saying how they feel about Ace, but like that was way more impactful for me than Ace's death.
But we're not even discrediting like not only Ace's death. We're not even discrediting Water 7. I'm just saying, or Ennis Lobby rather. I'm just saying.
I think
that string of events.
Thank you for loving me was great, but I feel like I want to live felt just. It was like all these emotions that have been pent up.
I want to live gets my vote for sure.
For like years for her, right? Yeah. And that moment, it's like for her to scream like that. We had never heard Nico in like her voice go above like anything close to that.
She was monotone,
right? And so for her to scream that she wants to live, that was come on. That
but Brago, then you have the ace moment.
Exactly.
That was his whole life too.
That was his whole life.
No, but that's the thing. Like he was about to die, so I expected that.
No, she was also about to die. She was also about to die.
I didn't expect. And then the thing with Ace,
I'm with you because
I was still in a place of like, what is going on? So it's like when it happened, it was like, okay,
you were shocked.
Yeah, I mean, for I Want to Live, it's like that moment. I think it built up in a way that I experienced that, and it resonated a bit more for me. It hit harder for me. The Ace death didn't hit for me until after Marineford. Personally,
yeah, you know what's crazy? I actually agree with him. Yeah. The after Marineford with Luffy and Jinbei, that's when it kind of really hit.
Okay.
Yeah, but when Ace died, I was still in shock. I was still trying to like figure out what the fuck is going on, and everything kept going. I kind of rolled up immediately, right after that moment. Right, and then after the Dawn and the Garps, I was like, okay, wait, so Ace really is fucking dead.
It hit that moment for me only because I paid so much attention to all of his tears and crying while he was sitting there. Like, why are y'all doing this? No, don't stop. All of that shit was hitting me.
Or remember,
so while I wasn't crying during those moments.
But remember, a lot of this stuff for me was like the ASL kind of added to it, right? The ASL flag.
The ASL did add to it.
We're including ASL in it as well.
But
I
go ahead.
I was blessed to not be spoiled. So when I'm looking at this and I'm watching this, I'm just like, wow, we did through all this work. Are you serious? This shit really just happened? So then all this
was a feeling that you had as well initially. I mean, now after time has passed, you understand, Ace as a character more. But initially, it was like, come, or not like this.
That shit
right?
was fire,
like it doesn't end like this.
It was
and then
sad
they go through the life,
at the same time.
And then he's like, "Thank you for loving me," because he went through his whole life basically feeling worthless and has something.
And that whole
I mean, Nico Robin went through her entire life not being like she was chased her entire life.
I think it's both of them, but I lean more towards the Ace moment.
Yeah, but
no, but at least for Ace, he had people that were loving him.
Cap,
Nico,
who?
He was on a whole crew.
Luffy, Garp, the Don. Robin has never had anybody care about her until that point.
Had the scholars. Nico Robin had Saul.
No.
Saul got. Why do I feel like Virgo? You're reaching, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, I feel like that is a reach with the backstory, but I still think Ace was also just not persecuted, but like just as alienated as she was, even if it was just internal, like he was doing it to himself. But it was just as much as she was.
Oh, Sensei.
Yo.
And how long did he have
Luffy versus Usopp being top 2 fights? Big cap, the biggest cap. Some of the biggest cap I've heard all week.
What?
We just started.
Okay.
I mean, that is cap.
I want to talk about it, but I gotta move on. We gotta get. I just got one more topic for you.
Man chose violence.
I have one more topic for y'all, G, and then we can definitely talk about it. I want to talk about what your quality, G, for real. All right. If One Piece came out today, animated by whoever you want,
what mapper
with the same week-to-week style, how would it be received? Like,
I'm confused by that. Like, do you mean in terms of pacing?
So if it came out,
they just started an anime like right now.
If they started, if One Piece came out today.
Let him finish.
Animated by whoever. It doesn't have to be Toei, but it has to come out weekly, similar to how Toei was putting it out.
Madhouse.
How do you think it would be?
You're not talking about the manga.
Madhouse.
Okay, because when you said
I am
style,
talking about the manga. I'm talking about
the
anime.
I assumed you meant like the anime style right
now. I am
now.
talking about the anime. Excuse me.
Because the anime it looks beautiful right now. I love it.
It does. It took a while for it to get this good.
Sure. But if you mean in terms of like they're just now coming out with an anime for it,
yes.
I mean. I don't know. It's like the pacing would obviously be way different. It would be way better.
They can't pace it the same way, right? So the pacing would have to be so much better. Where it's like maybe 3-4 chapters an episode, right? To keep up with what's going on right now. Right. So if it's the same anime, like just starting, it's not.
I'm saying paced how you think it would be paced today, but it still comes out weekly.
Nah, but soon as by you saying,
do you want to change the older animation?
No. You're basically he's basically saying if it was to come out, I think you want to keep the pacing in your question because you're basically saying if something like what we have for One Piece. What we already got, the 900 something episodes came out like starting next week, and it was paced the exact same way how it was. The animation can be fire, but this same kind of pacing is not. I don't think it's going to be received the same way because we got too much seasonal anime that's popping.
So here's my question because it's a two-part question. If they do pace it the way that you feel like any anime coming out in 2021 should be paced, do you feel like this is the first part. Do you feel like One Piece is not at a stage where they can be paced 3 chapters per episode?
No, I think.
I mean, if they did One Piece Kai,
coming out today with 1,018 episodes. I mean chapters. Could they not be paced 3 chapters an episode?
Yeah, they could. But I don't think. I think that because of the beginning of the way East Blue was. I don't know if a lot of people gonna be rocking with the anime that heavy in the early stages.
In comparison to like,
it was a different time.
Are we doing?
Yeah.
My question was, are we doing like Luffy versus Cat animation all the way back when fucking like?
Whoever you want to animate it, like whatever studio.
Yeah, that's the style.
Yeah,
because it's starting from 2021.
Yeah, I think that the slow start that older series used to have, but it could really get you into the world. They could spend like 20, 30 episodes of you, like if you just watching the anime, getting you used to the characters in the world before anything crazy really happens. I think that time is that time is over. Stuff gotta be the first episode gotta captivate you, and then like six or seven episodes, you need some like you need some action, you need something going crazy.
Before I get to the second part, quietly, does anybody disagree with what Quietly is saying?
I think a part of One Piece that was great was like maybe the part of the slow burn at times was like where I got to learn the crew, and I think I've become so attached to these characters. I'm like, would I be as attached if it was paced like today's shonen?
No,
I don't know.
No, I don't think
so.
One thing I think people underappreciate about pre-time skip in general, because it's been so long since pre-time skip, is the crew interaction was one of the biggest draws of One Piece. Like, people forget how humorous it was just to see everyone
with them dancing with wolves and fucking Skype and shit. Like, that's just funny.
It's just like
I also want to mention that One Piece is actually paced good in the pre-time skip.
Well, yes.
It wasn't bad. They were actually doing more than one chapter.
It wasn't terrible.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Not to mention their filler is not even bad.
And the
filler isn't bad.
Let's not go crazy.
Roger. So let's name the filler. Right?
Okay, so there's a couple good filler arcs. You got G8, it's pretty good.
Okay.
You got, and then like paired with G. I'm thinking about it. I literally
think
the only one.
And it's
the only one.
And it's lobby filler with the cook, the salt with Sanji and the cook.
Boo.
That was a good one.
No.
I'm
thinking of filler arcs. We have like the weird dude with the pet fruit, and you got like the
that was a little weird.
The Foxy Island again that you went to.
Talking about when Law and them were fighting the dugong.
The Dugong.
And then you had like the mining island where Bartolomeo was there.
Okay,
and
pre-time skip filler, Roger. All right, pre-time skip.
Pre-time skip filler. There's like the awful one with the dragon that happens very early on.
Terrible.
You got like there was like the Ice Hunter stuff that wasn't particularly good.
I mean, the heat fruit guy. I mean, the flag.
That was garbage, Jay.
That was garbage.
You gotta let this one go. You gotta let this.
I'll take that. I'll take it. I'll concede. I'll concede. I'll roll back. I said I'm done. I give up. Let it go. No. We're not talking about it anymore. I give up.
I'm just saying, one of the treasures that they don't have that much.
You don't want to talk about it no more.
The second part
are real good though. Honey Queen can get it. Let me tell you.
Funny as hell.
I remember that movie. Yeah.
The second part of the question. The second part of the question is, all right. So with all of that in mind, what if it wasn't week to week, and what if it was seasonal? How would you feel then?
I love it.
I wouldn't be mad at that
too. I'd rather One Piece be seasonal, if I'm being honest.
And that's kind of like because I'm thinking about my experience now and how I'm like, if this was seasonal, where they could actually not pan for like 10 minutes of the episode. It would be an experience.
Right now,
Yeah,
if you had the animation style of what it is right now, and really some of the pacing of recent episodes has actually been pretty decent with the One Piece anime. If it was seasonal and had good pacing, man, it would be amazing.
The pacing is so good that it's actually scary because I just watched I let them stack, so I watched like the last 4 episodes, and it's like Jesus, we kind of close to the manga. They right on there.
The raid is starting.
The raid is
starting. It's like Jesus Christ. If they went with like actual regular pacing that you would enjoy, we would be caught up by. I want to be by the end of this year, but by the beginning in the first quarter of next year, we'll be caught up if it was paced the way you wanted it to be, which is not going to happen. There's no way they're going to let that happen.
I think it like what we could eventually have one day with like a One Piece Kai type deal, right? Where we have like the season of Dressrosa. And how good that could be. Like, I think so much of Dressrosa, when we look back on it, is like bad pacing with like stuff with the bird cage and some other things. But like a season of anime of just Dressrosa, like animated like this current season, would be incredible. And it'd be so
I remember
like
a Dressrosa episode where it was like Zoro and the Tontada for like 7 minutes, like running around with his sword.
Yeah, it's a shame because you know they have to do it.
Yeah, I was like, come on. Like it was we got like 4 minutes recap back then, right? It was like 4 or 5 minutes recap.
And we got that shit every time, bro. Like what we doing?
We got like all this time Zoro running around.
But it's like when you skip it and you realize how much of the episode you've actually skipped. It's like, damn, bro.
I'm like, damn, I skipped that shit. I'm like, wow, I watched this episode in 12 minutes.
Literally 12 or 13 minutes. It's like, bro,
of new material. But you have to take into context too the fact that most of us read the manga, because I like talking to people who only watch the anime. They don't really have any problems at all. To them, it's not. They don't understand.
Obviously,
pacing because they haven't seen it.
It's a different series, but like I could say from my experience with Naruto right now is Naruto Part 1, as somebody who's not read the manga, right, doesn't know anything about it, I didn't really mind the pacing of Naruto Part 1, and I skipped all the filler stuff, and I got through it relatively quickly.
I don't remember Thunder God Liger.
Early Shippuden. Early Shippuden was painful, like painful getting through some of that stuff. And even like where I am right now, I just finished the pain arc. So I'm about to get into like, I'm assuming Sasuke and Danzo and stuff is where I am right now. And I know, and I'm prepping for a lot of like filler and in-canon filler bits where like I get really 5 minutes of canon material and I could skip the rest of the episode.
Yeah, well, you should definitely skip the rest of the episode when you get to those, because they be tired.
I feel like, again, speaking as somebody who is anime only, I feel like I have a weird, unique experience because I'm somebody who obviously is a huge One Piece fan, has grown up with One Piece, has watched most of the anime of One Piece. I feel like One Piece is very clear with when it's filler, and doesn't really like put stuff in there outside of in-canon filler things that we want to see in areas that are actually canon. The pacing might be weird, the episode might be slow, but you're not skipping through parts of the episode where, oh, this thing is completely filler and made up. Unless it's something where it's like, in-canon bits that we're seeing in Wano Country right now, where it's like, oh, I wanted to see that fleshed out anyway. I wanted to see more of the Sanji Page 1 fight. I wanted to see that. So, yeah.
For sure. Great. I appreciate that.
Oh, that's another thing you got to worry about with Naruto too, is just the fucking constant flashbacks. Because I think after I seen your Jiraiya video, I ended up doing the Naruto rewatch.
It's a meme with my audience with the swing set at this point. I feel like
the swing.
Literally, that fucking swing.
Oh, that is wrong. That is wrong.
Yeah. Bro, the swing set and Sasuke, those two, man. It's like, oh Jesus.
It's the swing set and what Itachi did.
What's that soundtrack? Sadness and Sorrow?
Rewatching the Itachi Sasuke stuff like for the 20th time. It's like, I know.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
I know.
I remember this from 5 episodes ago. You ain't got to show me it again. I get it. He was like, oh my God.
I'll tell you, I love Itachi.
In true gloves off fashion, I have to ask all of you guys to provide me with your hottest of takes.
Regarding One Piece?
It can regard whatever you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be One Piece.
Oh, let me give 2. First one, y'all were talking about this earlier.
You want to start off quietly? Go ahead.
Of course, sir. I would love to. It's sad for me to have to say this, but Cowboy Bebop is also sleepy to me too. Like, I can't do it.
Like boring?
Sleepy, fam. Like, if I put on the first episode, I'm done before it's over. I've tried multiple times. I know it's like what Jay said. It's like so guilty to say that Cowboy Bebop supposed to be like one of the best ever. I can't do it. I don't know what it is.
Cowboy Bebop is one of those anime that came on like late at night too. So I fall asleep for sure.
Oh my god! I put that on. I'm just like,
oh man.
One day I'm gonna finish it just because it is what it is.
Oh
but
yeah,
I would lie to you and tell you like, oh yeah, I've seen it. It's a great series. Like I don't.
I've fallen asleep with Cowboy Bebop a lot of times.
Yeah, I can't really vibe with episodic series too much. Like I kind of like a set story and like the payoff you get when things is episodic. I don't feel like it's giving me what I need over a long period of time. So that's my Cowboy Bebop take.
Fair enough.
For the One Piece take,
I have a bit of a hot take.
Okay, what's up, Brago?
Let's hear it.
I'll save my second one.
I'm sorry. You sure? Go ahead, quietly.
I've been a little.
No, you already interrupted him, Virgo. Just go with it, man. Come on.
Dritz is here.
What's up, Dritz?
That's your bitch ass up. You just arrived.
Dritz, I love that Dritz came in during the hot take portion. That's
literally.
I mean, quietly, if you want to say it,
this is how I win.
Quietly, if you want to save it, I can go real quick.
Wait. Do y'all hear that?
Somebody's whistling.
Who has the dog whistle in the background?
I don't know what that is. It sounds like Jay.
It's not me.
It's not me. Let me.
Why would it be me if I can hear it? Yeah, it sounds like Virgo. Yo, Brago about to start crying. Nigga.
Sounds like Virgo. Mike.
I was muted and I can still hear it.
Yeah, everyone, be quiet and then see who actually still shows up on the Discord thing.
Hold on.
Sensei, and Jay.
It's the host, nigga. It's you.
What's the dog whistle?
No. I'm saying that there's a screeching sound coming from your mic. I just muted you and it went away.
Me?
Yes.
It's me?
You good
shit,
now.
Hold on.
You're good now.
It's gone.
It's gone now. Yeah.
Okay, holy fuck.
What
my
did you
bad,
change?
people. Holy shit, my bad.
But my hot take is, and I've been holding out a lot of hope for Kid, but I think until I see something pretty significant in him, he's kind of a shitty character.
You think he's the worst written character in One Piece?
Jesus Christ.
He might honestly be up there if I actually evaluate it, because I got nothing from him, man.
Worse than Chopper?
No.
Not worse than Chopper.
I see what you're trying to do there, but no.
Fair enough.
Y'all already know.
Dritz, what's up, bro? You just pulled up. Give me your hottest take, dog.
Oh God, I just woke up.
I feel that. What do you wake up angry at?
I mean, actually, not much. But I'll just say, like, I don't know. I feel like every time I join these, I have to say something different.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Ray Zero Season 2 is so garbage.
Oh my god!
That it made me drop the series entirely.
Wow! I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you will come on here and say something like that.
And you was gassing it at first, like the first 2 or 3 episodes.
I am disheveled.
Interesting.
Does
anybody else have a counter take to that? No? Besides Quiet?
I think it was great.
So I'm with them. Yeah, I dropped it too.
Oh my god, Roger, you too?
Yeah. Wait,
yeah. I've seen one episode. I was severely high, and I don't remember what I watched.
I still liked it, but I see where I know why Driss is saying that. So
what are you guys doing, man?
I like it. I'm still gonna watch it quietly. I'm still gonna watch. I'm just saying.
You know, it's crazy to hear him say that, because I remember months ago you guys were all huge ReZero advocates, and something 180.
Yeah, I was streaming it. I mean, I was streaming it on Twitch. I was enjoying it, but then I kind of fell off of it. Yeah. And I can't even tell you what it was. I think it was like the second season was split in 2 parts, right?
Yes.
And so I watched the entirety of the first part of the second season, and I was actually enjoying it more than I did the first half. And then, like, I never really got back into watching the rest of the second half of the season. And I think I watched like 1 or 2 episodes, and I couldn't. I just had to stop. Yeah.
And I remember that, I mean, I just said it quietly because he wasn't fucking with the Usopp fight. And I'm just like, honestly, it's preferential. You enjoy what you do. It may not even be something crazy significant. You might just have not fuck with it. And it just is what it is.
No, that's not the case at all. The writing was absolutely garbage. Jay can attest this because we all watched every episode together. I was freaking out and making fun of the writing the entire time. It was dreadful.
Well, see, I'm glad I didn't make every single one of those.
You would just lie anyway, nigga. You say I'm coming in and never come. Pause.
I'm glad I wasn't there for those. For the ones y'all hated.
Young Sin, give me your hottest take, dog.
Man, I don't know.
Man,
Man, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a fan of the art in Wano. I'll say that.
Of what?
The art in Wano.
The art?
Yeah.
I kind of agree a little bit.
I think the art's been fine, but
there's certain chapters where I'm like, Oda, like, are you like regressing? You know what I mean?
Stop it.
It kind of seems kind of it
It's
seems subpar.
It's the average art. It's the average art per chapter that's like not as good as what it used to be, but the peaks are still okay. They're still good.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with that. Okay, I'm with that. Ben said, "What's cracking, G?" Go ahead, give me your hottest take, dog.
I have no hot take.
That's cap.
None. You get takes on the DL.
No hot takes.
You know what? His hot take is that Zoro's still killing Kaido. That's his hot take.
Is that really still a take of yours?
God. Look at the one who brung it up. This guy.
What kind of grammar is that, boy?
Look at who brings it up. It's always.
And this is what I was talking about earlier. Look who brought the Zoro first.
I don't know why I'm getting attacked. I don't
know why I'm getting attacked.
Listen. It's so hilarious that this nigga Jay. He wants to complain about people bully Sanji fans.
How is what I said bullying?
Oh,
Matt,
listen.
Hey Matt, keep it up. Tell him.
And then.
All right, never mind.
Nah, y'all niggas keep interrupting. Nah, Brago just fucked up my whole train of thought.
Go ahead, bro.
Nah, bro, like that was just so unprovoked, Jay. Like, why
But
do
you
that?
said you don't have a hot take, and most people would consider the fact that Zoro still killing Kaido would be a hot take. That's all I said.
I don't think that's a hot take at all. So that's not most people.
But you're a Zoro fan, so it don't matter what you think.
Don't put me in a box.
Don't put me in a box.
I'm just saying.
Yo, but all right, Matt. Do you really not have a hot take?
Nah, I really don't.
Okay, fair enough. I ain't mad at you, Roger.
Oh boy.
Give me your hottest take, man.
All right. About One Piece or about like in general?
It can be anything. If you have a One Piece hot take, you can give that. If you have a general,
hey, here's a One Piece hot take. Here's a One Piece hot take. I don't care about Kid at all anymore. I just don't care.
He could like turn up the next 5 chapters. You still wouldn't care.
I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see like how the Kid Law stuff is going to happen with Big Mom, but I think the idea that I had about Kid in my head, like during Sabaody Archipelago, I think I just have come to realize like that's not going to happen at this point anymore. Like I don't see it happening with Kid in the same way that I really wanted it to happen. So I think that's sort of my hot take for One Piece. Or that like I legitimately enjoy the Foxy arc in the manga. I think the Foxy arc's great.
It's fucking hilarious, bro. I love that shit.
The stuff with like Afro Luffy and just all the comedy and stuff, I like it. I guess in terms of like manga, this is going to get a lot of people on.
Any anime, it doesn't necessarily have to be One Piece. So
yeah. I think I'm going to say that in general, and this is mostly maybe just due to like what I've been reading, I feel like manhwa and webtoons right now are doing far more original and interesting things than manga as a whole.
Fuck, you sound like Toddy. I don't like this.
Wow, okay. Why do you say that?
I don't think he's wrong.
Why do you say that?
I don't think he's wrong.
No,
I think why do I say that? I think a lot of things that are in, or like a lot of series, right, that have become popular in manga, still fall into sort of like those shonen stereotypes. And I think a lot of different series are out there with like manhwa and with webtoons that obviously some of them are clearly inspired by shonens. I mean, you look at something like Solo Leveling, which is like, I don't care however many people want to say it, like, bro, there's a lot of Hunter x Hunter stuff in Solo Leveling. I know I got in trouble for that, but like there's a lot of stuff like that.
I haven't read it yet, but I'll keep that take in mind.
But I feel like there's just a lot of other different genres that are being explored with manhwa and webtoon, more so than like sort of the new gen of manga. I feel like a lot of the stuff, well, not to say there's not like good stuff that's different, you know, in the new gen. Like I like I Tell C, which is the detective series that's in Jump. I think that's a fun one. I think Mashal's doing some cool stuff as well. But I think on the whole, I find myself less interested in like wanting to read specifically new Jump series than I am sort of getting into like new webtoons or new manhwa. Yeah.
Fair enough. Have you specifically felt like you've been leaning more towards more seinen styled anime or manga or manga?
I think there's definitely been a shift for me that I've been shifting more towards seinen stuff when I never really thought like that was the genre that or a subgenre I should say, that like I really never really got into. I like seinen stuff. Like I love Cowboy Bebop. I've read Berserk. I thought that I read less of Berserk than I actually read, but I enjoyed loosely what I liked of Berserk. But like I gotta hold the L for Vinland Saga, bro. Vinland Saga is amazing.
Yeah, I saw that video. That was great of you to
Vinland
walk
Saga
back that
is
tape.
truly amazing, yeah. And I think a big reason why I was sort of against it for a long time was because of the community, like being so vocal. Like, you have to watch this. You have to watch. It's the best thing. And I kept trying to watch the anime and being like, dude, I'm trying to get into this, but I can't. But then once you get like past episode 4, episode 5, and you get
literally
into episode
episode 4,
Saga,
bro.
man, like that writing is incredible. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Cool. Quietly, go ahead.
Wait, whoa. Sorry, not to cut you off. Chat is saying that ITLC got canceled.
What got canceled?
Really? In Jump? That's a shame if it did, because that was a pretty fun series. So, oh well.
Yeah, I never knew about it, so that's sad for whoever was into it.
Have you heard about that?
Yeah.
ITLC.
Yeah, I never heard about it, so that sucks for you, Roger, because you're
I've been wanting to come up Horizon, but I'm like, whatever.
I know Quietly had another take you wanted to get off about One Piece. Go ahead, G. What's your other take?
The last 4 or 5 chapters have left me disenchanted with the series.
Disenchanted?
Yes.
What does that mean?
I still like it, but now it's like, am I still in love? And I just feel like where we at right now, things are just happening. We get too, like, I think it might be because the story is so long, and if I'm being impatient, then I'm just being impatient. But I don't like getting introduced to something this week, and I get nothing on it for such a long time. Like, stop introducing new things without giving me any kind of payoff on the hundreds of other questions that I have about the series. Instead of giving you any kind of inkling, not even random questions. Like, I'm not saying I want. I don't want to say I want to know the Void Century like right now. But other small little things, the Straw Hat and Mary Joy, like what's happening with Eve, just other little things, but now we get introduced to something else. It's like if I ask you, hey, what's in your pocket? And you say, but wait, look at my hand. Okay, so what's in your hand? But wait, look what's in my backpack. It's like, you keep you're not telling me anything. So I'm getting to the point where, I mean, it's a bunch of dudes in here, so I think this analogy will work well. It's like, you're having sex for like 10 hours and you don't come. You don't come. You just don't. After a while, it's just like, all right.
So here's my question.
I'm done having sex. I'm fine.
To everybody,
I'm good.
Or you stick your dick right in and you jizz immediately.
Nah.
If One Piece ends answering every question but one, are we upset?
It depends on what that one question is.
Yeah,
it depends
what the question. If you're going to reframe that, you should ask us, what's the one question we need answered for us to be satisfied with One Piece?
Enough.
That would be
That's a better question. Good shit, Roger. What is the one question you should answer by the time One Piece ends?
What I care about the most is Void Century. To find out what happened in the voice. I actually care about that more than anything. That's like why I'm still reading. That's what keeps me compelled. Like, I'm very interested in what exactly happened.
So if they never say anything about what happened 800 years ago, over 800 years ago,
yeah, then I would be disappointed. That's the one thing I'm like. Really
never got brought up.
So what if they just say something general and it's not a full ass?
Nah, I think I honestly need I probably, to be satisfied, I want a whole, like, maybe I want to say like 20 chapter backstory on like what exactly. Yeah, I need something deep. Maybe even 15. But it gotta be more than 2 or 3 chapters or a few panels here and there as a flashback. I need this to be like fully fleshed out.
Yeah,
for me.
I'm actually gonna hop on that one real quick too, because I have nothing more to really add to it outside of saying that, like, a Void Century flashback, like a meaty one, giving some type of history of how the world was back then, is something I would be very disappointed to not see at the end of One Piece. If we got to the end and I didn't get a Void Century flashback, I would be pissed.
So if we got that, but nothing about Dragon, nothing about revolutionaries, nothing about Garp.
No Dragon flashback.
Yeah, if we got the Void Century, ended the series, and nothing about all of that other shit.
I'd be less upset. I would be less upset by no Dragon flashback than no Void Century. Yeah.
Others?
I mean,
I need a
that's fair.
dragon and a kind of flashback. That's fine.
I would like an Akainu flashback for sure.
Yes.
A Shanks flashback,
Do
probably.
you guys even care about it?
I definitely need some Shanks origin stories here.
But if you don't get those, are you like massively disappointed?
I'm not
That's your
massively
one.
Okay. Also, this could be my lack of One Piece knowledge.
Especially dragon.
This could be my lack of One Piece knowledge. Did Aokiji already say what the favor was that he like his grandfather did for him?
No, I don't think so. I'm not too sure.
Okay. It's two things that I would be highly disappointed if I don't learn about. One, the voice entry, which I think my second thing may encompass, but I don't know. The voice entry and Devil Fruits as a whole. Those two things, I just want some type of explanation.
Devil Fruits as a whole. I mean, I feel like we're more likely to figure out Devil Fruits when we start getting into the whole smile sad thing when we meet Vegapunk.
Like the origin of Devil Fruits, you think?
I mean, I feel like to make smile and sad, or to even just experiment, I think you had to have some.
It seems like a lot of that shit is just from animals that are living animals. You know what I'm saying? Like they're putting extract from.
I feel like once we meet Vegapunk, an information dump is going to come.
Fair enough.
Oda did say when the Straw Hats meet Vegapunk, he will tell them the secrets of the Devil Fruit.
There you go. I didn't know that. So if he does that,
I didn't know that either.
You didn't know that?
No, I did not know that.
Wait, when did he SBS?
I forgot when he. Yeah, it was something. It was an interview or SBS, one of those.
Okay, cool.
I think Joe knows specifically.
That's SBS.
Yeah, SBS.
Does anybody else have a hot take?
As far as hot take, I mean, not really.
No. Okay, fair enough. Well, this has been a bomb ass fucking stream. I appreciate all you niggas for pulling the fuck up. This is great. This is fucking great. And we got out of here in a timely fucking fashion. It's 7:20. So that's 2.5 hours, which is around where I wanted to be for this. So yeah, bro, y'all are bomb. I appreciate you, Roger. I appreciate Brago. I know Brago had to bounce out. I appreciate Virgo, JD, Sin, or Sensei Inc., Sin, Matt, quietly, everybody that pulled up, bro, Theo, Rome, everybody who had to drop out. I appreciate all y'all for pulling up. This shit has been super fucking lit. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Sensei the Glove, like the fucking stream. Because y'all don't have shit else to do but to hit the like button.
700 of you, I'm appalled.
What's your
also go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what's your sub count right now? We gotta boost you up a little bit.
It was like 6. I was at like 6 something when I started this stream.
We got 654 people watching right now. So by decree of RogersBase, creator of the Reverie, if you're not subscribed to Sensei, click that subscribe button right now.
Please
get
do.
1,000 by the end of the night. Let's do it.
Please do. I'm trying to get to 1,000, man.
No, here we go. Sensei, you're at 773 now. There we go. Okay, keep coming.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about, man. I'm trying to get to 1,000. So road to 1,000. If y'all can subscribe to the kid, I totally appreciate that.
Like I said, I don't know how he hasn't had 1,000 already.
Also, I do stream video games and some One Piece content on Twitch. So definitely subscribe to my Twitch. It is also
watch his Cuphead videos. They're very entertaining.
Yeah, definitely entertaining because I hate that game, bro. So definitely subscribe to me there. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Sensei Glove.
You're at 800.
I will put. Oh, that's great. Appreciate that. I will put all of the homies' contact information and like socials and stuff down below for you to follow them and subscribe to them as well.
My social security?
Yes, your social security, sir, as well as your debit card number and 3 digits.
His mother, what high school he went to, and his mother's maiden name.
Where your grandma stay?
Are you gonna let this nigga finish, bro? Yo.
I'm saying, if we're gonna get the information, we need it the right way.
Funny as hell.
First car you drove.
It's funny as hell. I appreciate everybody for pulling up, bro. Y'all have been extra dope. And with that, man,